Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Hello, folks at home. We hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. Folks at home, we hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods. Let's get a dub in the chat. Let's get a dub in the chat. Let's hit the like button if you could, folks at home. We're out here live, ladies and gentlemen. The reality of the situation continues to unfold. Only about 3 people care, but nonetheless, it is the reality of the situation. So last night we completed Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the latest modern slop that is thrown out to the masses on a yearly basis. And quite frankly, it was one of the worst campaigns we have ever played through. It was so terrible, okay? And I think we beat it in about 5, 6, 7 hours, something like that. It takes me a little bit longer to get through these games, but nonetheless, it is a short campaign. We're talking about 4 or 5 hours, maybe way less than that if you know what you're doing and you're an expert on Call of Duty. So overall, the campaign for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is terrible, okay? It's terrible. And the reason why it's terrible is because you could see that there was no direction, no thought, nothing put into it, okay? Back in the day, the Call of Duty campaigns were scripted blockbuster experiences, okay? They really were. And this one isn't necessarily like that because you do have those moments, but everything is tamed down, okay? Because back in the day, there was a crazy scene. In the old Modern Warfare 3, I believe it starts in New York. And there's a lot of shit going on, okay? If you just go to YouTube right here, well, you're on YouTube. But if you go to YouTube and you type in Modern Warfare 3 campaign 2011, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They have a lot going on, much more than they have going on now. So these work-from-home devs, they have thrown the towel in. The industry is collapsing right before our eyes. And it's a total disaster. It really is, believe me. But people don't care. You see, the consumers are not gamers, okay? That's what we mix up in here. Just because you consume the latest slop of the week does not mean you're a gamer. That's literally consumer mindset, bro. Now, we love to come out of the woodwork when it's time to come out of the woodwork and say quality is upon us, let's consume, okay? That's the mindset for me. So, you guys come out of the woods and say we love to consume every single day, every single week, every single month. But it's a sad situation because the games have gone downhill. Okay, they really have. We have found a bug in nearly every game that we have played, and I understand you can't make a bug-free game, but when you have game-breaking experiences like last night, I couldn't even hear the emotional background music when Soap, well, I don't want to spoil it, but the emotional background music in Modern Warfare 3, I couldn't even hear it because you had the level soundtrack still playing in the background. How can you not iron a simple bug out like that? Oh, I'm playing the unpatched version, by the way. Okay. You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's so sad. It really is. And the consumers don't care. You see, it's all about woke this, woke that. Look, we get it. You know, every game is woke, and that's just how it is. But why aren't we focusing on game design? Why aren't we focusing on, you know, this, that, and the third? It always has to get political in order for people to care. And that's sad. Because that's why, one of the reasons why this industry is in the shape that it's in. Who cares about the writing? Who cares about whether or not, it's just, it's going to be there. It's the way it is. I'm not saying you have to agree with it, but what I am saying is that there's plenty of other important issues to focus on, in my opinion. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Troy Sports coming through, kicking us off. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that, Troy Sports coming through. We're having some technical issues here.
We will hit that 100K mark someday. Appreciate your world class. Clinking beer mugs, clinking glasses, clinking beer mugs.
Rat Gaddy coming through. Rat Gaddy popping the cherry. Rat Gaddy popping the cherry first. For some reason, Rat Gaddy doesn't play out. I don't know what's going on with that. But nonetheless, Rat Gaddy coming through, supporting the show. That's what we're talking about. Troy Sports as well. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we will be taking calls here today. So if you would like to call in and to discuss Modern Warfare 3, the current state of gaming, let us we'll see if we can get you on the air. MO coming through. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. MO coming through.
M0M0M0M super chatted $5. I hardly remember anything from the campaign. You had women holding hands, and soap getting wrecked and dumped into a canyon. Also, the final 2 missions were utter dog shit. Poop.
Well, the game is trash. I would love to make a big video about it, but, that would take literally days and weeks. You know what I mean? And it's just, well, we don't know if we have, if the algorithm doesn't pick it up, it ain't going far. We'll get 200 viewers. I mean, if we can break 500 viewers in 30 minutes, well, that's off to a pretty slow start, That's how you judge the video. 30 minutes, 1 hour go by, you look at the view count, and if it's not hitting the same number, certain number, then it's probably not going to do well. And if it doesn't get pushed out by the algorithm or someone doesn't manually share it, then overall it ain't going too far. So it's like, I'd love to make video reviews and make them like everyone else does, where it's like 1 hour long and you just show everything off that's terrible. But, quite frankly, that is a lot of work. It really is. People don't think it is, but they don't know how to edit. They don't even know what a non-linear editor is. So it's ridiculous. But it's a terrible shame. And MO coming through, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. We have technical difficulties here with this thing, and that's annoying as hell. MO coming through. We should have fireworks going off, but unfortunately the system is a little broken here today. MO coming through, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Cracking open the Mountain Dew because we're falling asleep. Call of Duty Zombies, I believe, comes out next week, and we'll check that out if we can play it. But that's going to be Warzone copied and pasted gameplay, just like the campaign is. I was reading about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 before it launched, and, I was getting hyped up about the open combat missions. I was thinking, okay, they're going to take the linear stuff and say, hey, here's an open combat mission. But what they instead did was said, hey, here's Warzone gameplay. Phrase cram, that's what we're talking about. Phrase cram coming through. Phrase cram coming through. They literally copy and paste. I mean, you even go to the Verdunk map, bro, in one of the campaign missions. It is literally an asset flip, bro. It is literally an asset flip, but they don't care. And it's funny, it's just ridiculous. When are people going to care about gaming? Is it ever going to become a thing? I don't think it will. We care about writing. We care about, woke. And who cares? I mean, I care a little, but it's like, not really. GTA 6 is going to be woke. GTA 6 is going to remove previous things that were found in previous GTA games. Because the last GTA game came out in 2013. It is 2023, and the game GTA 6 is still not out. Rockstar has always been woke. Their characters have always been progressive. Listen to the dialogue in all of their games. Super progressive. Okay? Arthur Morgan, for example. Cowboy from 1889. Now, quite frankly, I'm not going to get into it in here because a lot of people get sensitive. And I found someone who's sensitive to Call of Duty now. Now they're commenting on my Call of Duty stuff, and it's a member. And it's like, oh my God. Everyone's sensitive to a certain game in here. I can't play Mario because I know who that's going to piss off. I can't play Call of Duty anymore. Well, we already beat that. So, I guess Alan Wake is the only exception. But it's like you play one game in here and you say it's trash and it's going to piss someone off. It's bound to piss someone off, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, buddy. Maybe you can skip this one. I don't know what to tell you. They act like they made the game with their fucking uncle who works at Nintendo or something. Like, come on, bro. It's ridiculous. Viking coming through. That's what we're talking about. Viking coming through.
Chatted $10. Congrats on 75,000 subscribers, Michael. Can't wait to see the next game you play.
Well, there's not many releases left, to be honest. I mean, not that I know of. I looked at the release calendar last night, and in terms of big releases, that's basically it. I mean, you have Avatar, but that's basically going to be Far Cry in a jungle. And I'll play it, but that's not until December. So from here on out, there's not much coming until Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, Fortnite just got a new update, and they brought back the old map to...
It's over!
Well, everyone has memories of the old map, and they're still complaining. They're saying that the sprint shouldn't be there and a bunch of other stuff, so it's no one's satisfied. You can't satisfy.
I still can't believe half of the mods turned heel and formed a heel faction against Duncan. That was some Vince Russo booking from TNA in 2007.
It really was, wasn't it? Well, you know. What did Eric Bischoff say? That's what we're talking about. Blokey coming, the wrestling face coming through rather. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate that. Why are my fireworks not working? Jeez. It works better indoors.
Super chatted $9.99. COD is COD. Most normies are COD mains. Passionate gamers like you ain't gonna like COD. Craziest part is MW3 is literally an update. I didn't have to install nothing. My MW2 updated to MW3. Same game.
Yeah, they call it Call of Duty. They call it Call of Duty headquarters now. It's a hub. It's basically already a subscription service. I mean, you don't buy a game anymore. It literally doesn't exist. Now, I did try it. If you do have the campaign open, and again, it's in early access, so I'm not entirely sure. When they update the entire Call of Duty thing to where it's more Modern Warfare 3 because the game isn't fully out, maybe it'll be a little bit better. But you still need internet to play it regardless. Maybe not constant, but you still need internet, and that has been in there since 2017, I believe. Call of Duty World War II from 2017 is when they first implemented that. And I made a video on that, and I said, this is baloney. You shouldn't have to even download the rest of the game. And people defend that, and they excuse that crap. It's the same with Hogwarts Legacy. It's the same with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And all of these are work-from-home games, okay? Because developers love to work from home. Quite frankly, I disagree. In my opinion, would I rather go to the gym or work out at home? I'd rather go to the gym. Would I rather go on the treadmill or would I rather run outside? I'd rather run outside. Now again, that's just my perspective. Maybe someone else excels, but there's a whole different mindset to it when you have to actually go to the gym instead of going to your gym in your house. You know what I mean? In your garage or whatever the fuck, in your basement. I mean, there's just a whole different mindset. So when you work from home, you might, maybe get a little bit more distracted. Whereas opposed to the office, you have to go to a destination and be surrounded by other people that, there's less distractions. There's maybe a little bit more turmoil. There's maybe a little bit more pressure. But with that said, sometimes pressure is needed, and deadlines are sometimes a good thing. So I don't really embrace the work from home mentality. I think that is a tad ridiculous. When I do this show, we would like to do it out here. I could do this show indoors, but it ain't going to be the same. And as such, I believe that's how it is for most people, especially when they hit the gym at home. They hit the gym at home. I think they're a little too comfortable. I think they get into their bad habits. As opposed to going to the gym, they force themselves to be around other people. You don't necessarily have to talk to other people, but you force yourself to be around other people, and that's that. I'm not going to get into it, but today's thinking is just, society has, the technology has intruded the brain, and as such, it's rotted the brain. We don't need to do anything anymore. We just sit around and do nothing all day and make these games from home. Well, I disagree. Now, let me ask you this. If the Beatles didn't come together in 1960 whatever, would the records have been the same? Because, they all came together in the studio and made the record, okay? Now, if they were doing it all separately from home, quite frankly, I think that's going to impact the quality. When you have to collaborate through the internet and do it from home, that just is not the same. It's just not the same. So, I'm not sure what to tell you guys, but That's essentially the problem with gaming right now. It's still in the COVID era, and a lot of developers are probably not forced to work at the office anymore. I mean, I don't know that, but I'm just assuming that stuff, because, well, let's just not get into it. But, that's basically how it is still. And I remember reading an article that some of the top games actually did come from the work at home era. And quite frankly, I think it shows. A lot of the games that have come out this year, I mean, I found a bug in nearly every game. It's funny. The only game I didn't find a bug in, and I shit you not, it was fucking King Kong Skull Island. Bro, they said it was the worst game of all time. They said it was terrible trash, and yeah, it's not great. But I did not find a bug in that game. No clipping issues. It really worked. I mean, it was terrible, yeah, but it worked. And, Call of Duty last night, we saw enemies clipping through the fucking truck, which I put a short up of that. And not only that, but the whole fucking ending was ruined because I couldn't hear the emotional music. The impact of the ending was fucking ruined because I couldn't hear the damn emotional music at the end for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. How you don't have that ironed out makes zero sense. Oh, unpatched, by the way. You can't play Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign unpatched. It's, to my knowledge, not possible. So, that was the excuse thrown around for Spider-Man. Oh, it's unpatched. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, it is. And I stated that. But with that said, that's the game that they're selling you in the store shelves. Now, granted, at least you can play it offline. I'll say that. In most games, you can still play offline, believe it or not. Although that is changing very rapidly, okay? Some of the biggest releases, I can name 4 games right now that require internet. Not constant connection, but require at some point internet to play. Hogwarts Legacy, Star Wars Jedi, Starfield. Well, there was one other one that I just forgot. Let me think. So Hogwarts Legacy, Star Wars Jedi, Starfield. First for Bethesda, by the way, outside of Fallout 76, which is a total shame. And there's one more.
It's
Can't
over.
remember what it is, but it's a big one. I mean, maybe it was Call of Duty, but that's been like that since 2017.
M0, 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 M super chatted $5. Working from home has obviously caused catastrophic damage to gaming. Look at the utter dev sloppery and laziness world class has demonstrably proven.
Well, they don't care. It's not sexy to show the bugs. It's, oh, Michael, that's not a game-breaking bug. Then what is? If you go to the movie theater and Quentin Tarantino has a deleted scene in his movie and it, they didn't edit it properly and, it shows the actors getting out of character and stuff, you wouldn't want to see that, would you? That's not a finished product, right? And I'm not saying that's totally the same analogy because filmmaking is very different from game development. I understand that. But when you have a massive AAA title that has fallen to its knees, yet still makes millions and millions of dollars, and we're having these bugs and issues. I didn't expect anything like that in a Call of Duty campaign. I mean, I literally couldn't even I could barely hear the fucking dialogue because that audio bug last night. And again, we're not playing it unpatched because that's impossible. So it's like, it's just bad. It's just bad. It's terrible. And again, you could see that they copy and pasted. MO coming through. You could see that they copy and pasted the Warzone stuff, and literally there is a mission in the Modern Warfare 3 campaign where you're literally, they send you back to Verdusk, and you got to do some busy work crap. I mean, it's bad. Now, you could argue, let's play devil's advocate here. You could argue, I see people saying that the Call of Duty campaign is shorter than ever. And I'm going to be totally fair here, okay? Since there are open combat missions, in my opinion, depending on your play style, that could vary, okay? That could vary. Depending on your play style, that could vary. If you're just trying to rush through it, yeah, it's probably shorter than ever. But if you did go slow and played it super stealthy, put it on super hard mode, I could see that, extending the length of the game. Because, again, you do have the open combat missions. Now, I cannot remember if Infinite Warfare was similar to that, but Infinite Warfare it's still one of the best Call of Duty campaigns. I would love to play it on stream, but it doesn't bring in viewers. It will not bring in viewers. And unfortunately, you know, it's just less fun with less viewers. It's less fun. Okay, I'm just gonna be dead ass. But in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, it's similar to Starfield. Well, I mean, it's in space. That's about the similarity. That's where the similarity ends. And there's factions and stuff. But you basically the ship is your hub base. You can select the loadout from the ship, and then you can deploy and do a side mission or do a main mission. The main mission's, you know, a typical Call of Duty main mission. The side missions are basically more open. Now, I can't remember if they're exactly like they are in Modern Warfare 3 here, but I'd have to go back to see because I haven't played that game in a few years. I mean, it's been a while. But I remember being blown away by the Infinite Warfare campaign. You still have the crazy set pieces, and that was when they put the money and the time into it, and, you know, big blockbuster stuff. When Call of Duty came out, it was a fucking event. The campaigns were blockbusters. It's not some watered-down fucking TV show on the CW network. You know, I'm done with that bullshit. Everything's watered-down trash. When is gaming going to become a fucking spectacle again? You know, when E3 died, that was basically the end of it all. Like, the spectacle of this industry is dead. Everything's all online now. We do these virtual presentations. It's all shit. And it ain't ever coming back, unfortunately, because it's cheaper to do it this way, where you have these virtual presentations. You don't have the devs on stage playing their game anymore. There was something to that. You know, there was a human fucking element to it, and now it's been erased. It's been, thrown out the window because now they can go in and do these virtual pre-recorded presentations and edit the gameplay and make sure it's 100% what they want it to be. It's ridiculous. You know, even Apple doesn't do it anymore, and it's like there was something about Steve Jobs on stage being passionate about the fucking product. Like, you know, it really is over.
Charlie Mad Super Chatted
Charlie Mad
$5.
coming through.
These lazy millennial game devs have trouble making any game of good quality with their hands in their pants looking TikToks of skimpy clothed women. Bear.
Yeah. Charlie Mad coming through, that's what we're talking about. This needs to start working, please. Thank you. Charlie Mad coming through, that's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Charlie Mad coming through. Okay, but I want you to name one good game that came out this year. I'm not even trolling. Oh, I know the fourth game. Hold on. No. I know the fourth game. Okay, these are the 4 big games from what I remember that require internet in order to play. Okay, and again, it's only going to get worse next year. You have... So that's one thing you could say positive about Spider-Man 2 is that you can play it totally offline. And you get the flying cars, the floating cars, you get a lot of bugs and glitches. So it adds to the experience when the game gets so boring because, you know, once you beat that game, like there's literally nothing to do in those Spider-Man games. And then that's unfortunate. They need that radiant mission shit. So at least there's something to do within the game. Like there should be infinite things to do in a Spider-Man game, right? I mean, even if it's repetitive as shit, give the player something to do. Something is better than nothing. Insomniac doesn't know how to make video games anymore. I mean, maybe they never did. But,
Dusty Super Chatted
Dusty Road's coming through.
$4.99. $100 for a 4/10 from Ing. A fake game if I ever saw one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. But there's 4 games that require internet that came out this year. We're talking Hogwarts Legacy. We're talking Star Wars Jedi Survivor. These games were shilled to the moon and back. We're talking Alan Wake 2. Okay, that's the game that I forgot. And Starfield. So 4 big games that require internet. You cannot play those games without internet. You cannot play those games without internet. You need to have internet to download the rest of the game. Then you can take it offline. You can take those games offline at a certain point after you get on the internet. I understand it's not a big deal. And again, it's over. Because when does the PS5 Slim come out? That's one of the worst consoles from PlayStation, and it's the end of an era. It really is the end of an era. I kind of want to buy one just to review it. And to see if you can really... I mean, it's over. Because the disk drive, the optional disk drive, requires internet in order to work. So what that basically means is that you're basically buying a digital box that needs to be verified initially on the internet, just like the Xbox does. It's over. DRM has been online. DRM has been it's now with PlayStation. It's over. This was not the case with the original PS5. Still to this day. So if you find an old fat PS5 at the store, buy that version instead, because you can play that offline day one. You don't need internet. You can put the disc in right then and there. Works. And unfortunately, just 3 years later, they went down the online DRM road, which no one cares. So this medium went from physical to slowly but surely DRM. Check in with the server, otherwise you're not playing. That's what it came down to. And PC gamers love it because they've been getting fucked in the ass by Gabe for years.
CVS Dante Super
They love it.
$4.99. Imad Evelyn Slop Punk Band my main account. Long-time fan. Justice for the fans, Michael.
Call my customer service hotline. I'm going to hire a person that handles all of this, okay? So you guys can talk to that person instead. Kidding, by the way. Unreal. What do you want me to do? Why is this not working? We got better light out here. Why is this not working? Please! Jeez. I mean, it's ridiculous. So you have 4 games that require internet, 4 big blockbuster titles, and now the PlayStation 5 is going to require internet, and I'm assuming that the old fat model of the PS5 is going to be phased out eventually. When does the PS5 Slim come out? Is it next week? I think it's with Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3. It's over. I mean, it really is over. This is it. And, you know, Nintendo could be joining them next year. Okay, when the Switch 2 comes out, if it comes out next year, the Switch 2 could be introducing that as well. Now, I don't think Nintendo is going to go down that road, but they might. They might. And
It's over.
you're seeing the death of physical media, and especially within the gaming scene,
M0,
potentially within the next
M0,
year at this time
M0,
frame. It's going to be totally over.
Super chatted $5. If IGN gives your campaign a 4 out of 10, you know that
Holy
it's
shit,
beyond
they
over.
gave it a 4.
Real
There's
score of
no
negative
way,
7
bro.
out of 10. It's never
There's
been
no way.
more over for COD.
Holy fuck. They gave it a 4 out of 10? Dude. Oh my god. IGN, man, this computer might start freezing out here. It's getting cold. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign review. Mundane warfare. Holy fuck! It all just feels hastily put together and fairly cookie-cutter when it comes to actual variety or innovation. New exciting locations are a rarity, and pieces of Verdansk are recycled to diminishing effect. I'm reading the highlights here for the IGN review. It promises excitement, but is frustratingly, well, they're using big words here. I can't read. You know, I really don't know how to read. It's just memorization of words. It's not, you have to actually sound out the vowels. I don't know how to do that. But nonetheless, they did give it a 4. Holy shit! Bro! They gave the Modern War... Here. Holy fuck. And we had people in here shilling it in spite of my take, like, oh, you hate every game, I can't take you seriously. But now you can because IGN told you what you wanted to hear? You stupid idiot! Holy shit. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 single-player campaign review, bad. Underbaked, rehashed, and cobbled together from multiplayer parts, Modern Warfare 3's single-player campaign is everything a Call of Duty story mode should it be. Wow. Well, hell, I gave it a 0 out of 10. A 4 is a little too generous, IGN. I mean, geez. Dude, holy shit. It's over. Well, thanks for letting us know, Mo, because I didn't see that. I don't know if that just came out or what, but holy fuck. I didn't expect a 4 out of 10. Maybe a 7 or something, 6 from IGN or something, but a 4, I mean, yeah, I told you, the game's trash, and they were shilling it in here like, oh, Michael, you're just bad at the game. The game's actually good. I'm having so much fun. You're just fucking hater. Fuck you. You hate everything. Well, what are you, a consumer? You know, and then these people, they don't even play these games. They don't have any gameplay on their channel. They don't buy these games early. I literally beat this whole fucking game. I beat the whole campaign. Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, I'll say something unpopular, okay? The Modern Warfare 2019 game is very overrated, okay? Now, granted, I didn't play it fully. I played a few missions. I played that one mission that everyone loves to talk about where you go in from the alleyway, you go in, the house, and work your way through it. Very controversial, and, everyone just gushes over that mission. And it's like, to me, that whole reboot, when they rebooted Modern Warfare in 2019, that's when they started this crappy television show thing where it's like, hey, they just want to emulate TV. If you play Modern Warfare 3 2011, I mean, we can pull the fucking campaign up here. Modern Warfare 3 2011, if you watch a video of that campaign, the opening sequence, I mean, it's New York City and shit hits the fan. Like, it's just absolutely asinine. It's insane. There's so much on the screen going on. It's absolute insanity. That's what we expected from Call of Duty. That's what was exciting. Just the sheer, like, holy fuck. Like, there's so much going on here. This is so crazy. It feels like you got a big blockbuster game. And, short and sweet, the campaigns have always been short, sure. They've never been long. But, as long as it was fairly well put together and, you could see that they put some time into it. This, again, like IGN says, it just does feel like multiplayer. Like, I played it last night, beat the whole campaign in one day. And, I was thinking, man, are we online or what? This is just online. It's like a Frankenstein campaign, they're just, taking the online components and shoehorning it into this. It just doesn't feel like they made anything. It just feels like, hey, here's this fucking like random thing, and then it's going to somehow integrate into the story. Well, it's a work from home game that they probably had 1.5 years on or something, and it shows. You know what I mean? And, they do have linear missions and they do have some set pieces, but the opening mission is bland as hell. There's just not much going on in the game. I mean, compare if you go back, and there's so many Call of Duty games. I mean, how many 20 Call of Duty games since what, 2002 or something? Probably. But if you go back and if you compare every first mission to previous Call of Duty games, I mean, you're going to see they just get more and more tame and more stupid as it goes along. We're in this like realistic Call of Duty era, and Infinite Warfare campaign, you're in fucking space and shit, and you got the main bad guy like going crazy. You know what I mean? And they had actors in there that you actually recognized. They had fucking Conor McGregor in there at one point as a cameo. They had Kevin Spacey. They had, who was in Black Ops? There was a big guy in Black Ops too. They had a lot of great celebrities. A lot of big celebrities in Call of Duty, and now that's not even a thing anymore. I couldn't recognize one celebrity in this game. Name one celebrity. You can't. It's all gone downhill. Now, you could argue and say, well, at least they're making a campaign. Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign because no one wanted a Black Ops 4. They milked that shit until it wasn't even good anymore. You know what I mean? Or whatever game it was, Black Ops 4 or 3, I don't remember which one it was. But nonetheless, and I didn't play that one either because it was silly. It was like Saints Row. Some of that shit gets a little too goofy. I mean, dude, you could, bro. I mean, we can go to GameStop right now and buy fucking Black Ops 2 on Xbox 360, plug that bitch in, and just play zombies right off the disc. I mean, what happened, man? I'm getting mad. And not only that, but I believe in Black Ops 2, you can get on the fucking bus and go to, like, different maps and shit. That was innovative. But now they're bringing that back. Oh, they're bringing it back, all right. It's going to be fucking Warzone zombies. It's going to be Warzone zombies, bro. It's going to be the fucking Verdun mask, the Verdun map, probably, and you're going to be roaming around, or it's going to be very similar to that, and it's going to be gray. There's going to be no color, and it's just going to be bland, and... Now, I'm not saying every old Call of Duty game was good. There's been some duds. There's been some duds. I thought Vanguard was trash, too. So, they haven't been good in a long time. But I remember the revolution that was Call of Duty Modern Warfare on Xbox 360. I mean, I remember coming home from school and everyone was on their headset talking, not in private chat, not in private lobbies. They were all chatting within the game session, and that's a lost art these days. You don't have that anymore. Everyone likes to talk with their friends. You know, they love, you know, they want to play social gaming, they want to play online gaming, but they don't want to communicate with strangers. Now, you tell me how that makes any sense. Now, you don't necessarily have to communicate in Call of Duty. It's just a shooter you put on. But in a more strategical game, you would think that they would want to be willing to communicate and things like that, but even that is just a far cry. But I remember the revolution that was Modern Warfare on Xbox 360. Everyone was playing on Xbox 360. If you had a PlayStation 3, you were a loser. Back then, you know, no one was playing on PlayStation 3. You were poor because, you know, online was free for PlayStation 3. So if you had a PS3 and you had Call of Duty on a PS3, that was one sign that you might be poor. And you wouldn't want to tell your friends that because they'd make fun of you. So, you know, everyone was on the Xbox 360. They were paying for Xbox Live Gold. Very different time frame back then. And, you know, they had their headsets plugged into their controller. They were communicating. It was crazy. We had a fucking blast on that game. After that game fell off, and that whole scene kind of just dipped a little bit, I basically, that was my, you know, the online gaming peak for me was Xbox 360. That's after that. I didn't really continue playing multiplayer that much. I mean, a little bit with PS3, but it was a very different experience with PS3 because the PS3, to my knowledge, didn't include a headset, so there was no way to communicate. You had to buy a headset separately, from my memory. And there was less people communicating and chatting. And I remember the excitement of the launch of the Xbox 360. And we go online, and I would troll the shit out of people during the load screen because it wouldn't show your username, so they couldn't mute me. And it was so funny because when the game loaded and it took like 30 seconds for the game to load, I'd go crazy. Oh, they were all fucking laughing. They were getting so mad because they couldn't ban. So, you know, we had great times during the Xbox 360 online era. But the whole landscape has changed now. It's a total disaster. It's very depressing what gaming has become, and it's all woke. You all know that, but there's no reason to elaborate on that because, quite frankly, the gaming sphere has bigger problems than that, and it starts with the game design, and it starts with they don't make video games anymore. I mean, they really don't. You know, there's no AI in these games anymore. There's no programmers. You know, the programmers they hire are likely just right out of college, and it shows the lack of experience, you know, because the old school programmers ain't gonna fucking work for free.
DE's not super chatted $4.99. MW3 at least buy me dinner. I like a good meal whenever I have been screwed.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, some of these people in here are just on fucking Prozac 24/7. I don't know. I wish people could speak plain English in here, but that's seemingly impossible. Don't know what that means. I'm not talking a metaphor out here like fucking Charlie Manson. But tell your mother I said hi. Because she was calling last night and I said, sweetheart, I'm playing this fucking Modern Warfare 3 shit. I was poor to have a PS3. Well, the PS3 at one point was, I mean, it was a lot more expensive then, but no one was playing on PS3 back then, okay? I'm not going to entertain trolls in here. If you, no, I'm not doing it. You don't even play video games. You crawled out of some fucking troll channel forum thing. Fuck off. You don't even play video games. I'm literally a gamer. Oh, I looked at your trophies, Michael. You only got one trophy for this game. Who cares? I don't look at trophies. If you look at trophies, you're an idiot. You need an achievement? You need validation? Well, you're a fake gamer. You know, and the Xbox 360 honestly did start that crap. Where people were just like fucking, oh, I'm buying this game just for the achievement. What a loser. Who cares? They're fake points. What are you going to do? Brag to your fucking nerdy friends that you're a virgin?
Super chatted $5. Thank you, MD, for buying this game so I don't have to.
Yeah.
Keep
well, I
up
mean,
the
they got a
great
4 on
work.
IGN, so now it's pretty much over. I mean, well, they'll probably cancel the campaign going forward. I mean, if it's going to be that bad, maybe it's best they don't even have it. Quite frankly. Maybe it's best they don't. Come on! Maybe it's best they don't even have it, you know? Maybe they should just drop it. I mean, they've already dropped the campaign before in modern Black Ops 3. 4, whatever it was. I think it was Black Ops 4. I can't remember which one they're on. But they're going to remake... supposedly next year they're going to remake Black Ops. because they need to get the nostalgia, just like Fortnite did. They have the old Fortnite map back in there, and now you can reminisce about the good old days of Fortnite. Now, it's funny because they live to cater and pander to their community, but you don't do that because you're not going to please them. I mean, they're still bitching. The Fortnite community is bitching because the new mechanics are still in. So it doesn't feel like the old Fortnite because the new mechanics that have since accumulated in Fortnite, they're still in there. So they brought back the old map in Unreal Engine 5, I believe. That's what the game's running on, right? And it looks better, and I'm sure it performs, but it doesn't perform the same because it's not the old game. So you got the old map, but you didn't really get the old game because the old game performed a tad differently. You weren't able to sprint. There was a certain different feel to it, and they didn't bring that back, and people are bitching. So that's a total waste of time. But, it's not really because it's going to get a lot of people to jump back in, and, the nostalgia sells. So I understand it from that perspective. But nonetheless, it just seems like that's what they have to do in order to get people. I mean, they just renamed it. Modern Warfare 3 already exists, came out in 2011. And that game was kind of, even that game was kind of like, well, okay. I mean, I can't remember much of there was crazy shit going on in the game, but, a lot of it is generic. A lot of it is just generic stuff. I like the more cartoony stuff. I don't need, like, real fucking TV show, wannabe, we got real actors in our stuff. It's like, a cameo here and there, that's fine, but it's ridiculous, Now everything is modeled off of real actors and actresses, models, and all of that stuff, and everything's photorealistic. They literally just can't even do certain things in games anymore because it's like, well, we don't want this actor looking weak in our game. That's part of his contract, and it's like, well, we can't write this scene in now. I'm not even trolling. I'm sure some of that stuff does exist. It's crazy. This industry has gone downhill with the DRM stuff and just the content. I mean, all of the games are buggy. Most of the games that I've played are just totally broken. Totally unfinished, and everyone eats it up. They say, well, I played the game and I didn't have any problems, and you're just playing the unpatched version, as if that's somehow invalid. Because I'm playing the disc version, the game that they sell in the stores, that's somehow invalid. I'm not allowed to share any gameplay of that because that's somehow invalid. You know what, buddy? You're everything that's wrong within this industry. You are a stupid consumer, okay? Because I went out and I bought the disc version and decided not to update it because I wanted to play the game that I bought, it's invalid because that doesn't represent the game. Get out of here, you stupid consumer. I mean, it's ridiculous. You have a narrative and you're trying to show off these games in a bad light. No, that's the game that I bought. It doesn't say that I have to update it. They recommend it, sure, but I don't have to. So guess what? Kiss my foot.
$10.
It's ridiculous.
Which one was the better console of all time? PS2 or Xbox 360?
Well, the 360 was pretty memorable. I mean, the PS2 is obviously a classic, but the 360 was memorable because it introduced modern components that at the time weren't really, it was pretty mind-blowing. The Xbox Live Marketplace and demos and, all of this stuff. It was a HD era of gaming. So the 360, and it isn't really nostalgia. I mean, it kind of is, but it also isn't because, I think that those consoles were special, and then ever since then it's just been an iteration of those things, and it's just gotten worse. The technology is better than ever before, and we're already talking about PS5 Pro, we're already talking about Xbox Series X, and we have yet to see any next generation game. The Demon Souls remake, by the way, that's a next generation game. No. Because it's the same game. That doesn't count. I want a game built from the ground up that truly shows what these machines could do. Well, that doesn't exist. Because modern game development, I mean, you have these games running on iPhone now. You have these games running, didn't someone just come through? I don't know. Can't remember. You have these games, please work! You have these games running on iPhone now, and, well, that's the state of the industry. Ask Creed Merge is a mobile game. Resident Evil is a mobile game. Ever since they brought VR to Resident Evil, it's been mobile. So the RE Engine games have been all mobile games, essentially. So those were never good to begin with. The only good Resident Evil game that still is somewhat, I mean, it's trash, but Is it fucking snowing out here? But the landscape of the industry is going to get worse and worse, believe me. It's going to get worse and worse. You know, and then they sit there and they say, you just hate games, and, well, I'm not a consumer. I'm picky about things, yes. You know, I don't go to the record store and buy every fucking album that I see. That's consumer. You know, I got to have all the Beatles records. Well, I mean, yeah, you're a fanatic, I guess, cool. But, you know, maybe I'm a different Beatles fan. Maybe I say, well, I want to buy Sgt. Pepper or, you know, the White Album or what have you. You know what I mean? It's just like, that doesn't mean that I'm not a Beatles fan. It just means I'm a little bit more picky about what I like and what I prefer. So, yeah, you might buy every game that comes out. Well, you're a consumer. That doesn't mean that I'm an anti-gamer, buddy. Okay, I care about something that's a lost art in this industry. I care about the engineering. I care about the guts, the framework, the nuts and bolts. That shit's not sexy. It's not appealing, and it doesn't sell. It needs to start doing all of that. Okay, we need to make that sexy. We need to make that great again. We need to start, you know, put it on the back of the box. Oh, wait, we don't sell games in stores anymore. Okay, well, that's already over with. Well, in your trailer, just say we have, like, next-level fucking physics, show the character destroying glass, and it breaks in a million pieces. Boom. I'll buy the game. Not hard. That's what we're talking about. We got squirrels out here.
$5. Bugs used to be funny because they were strange and unusual. Now they're just sad because they're the norm.
Well, the fact, I mean, there was a point where I didn't know what T-posing was. That was only a PC thing. I can't name one PS2 game. Well, that's not true. I don't think. But very seldom, I mean, in those older games, I didn't see any T-posing. I mean, I didn't know what the fuck that was. I think maybe in one of the Tony Hawk games you would see that a little bit. But it's just like, you didn't know what that was or what that meant. And it's ridiculous. I mean, the gamers don't care anymore, bro. You have so many channels focusing on resolution, frame rate, performance between all three games. Why do we care about performance? Why do we care about performance? Why? Name one good reason why you care about performance. Why do you care what fucking how many frames the game is running in? Are you an e-sport guy? Because it shouldn't matter if you're not. That's the only thing, that's the only group of gamers that really matters in a way that makes sense to. You should not care about what resolution or what frame rate your game is running in. That has destroyed the entire industry. We didn't care about that shit for how many decades? Now we do. Now it's a big fucking marketing talking point. Garbage. Throw it all out the window. You know, some of the best PS4 games didn't even run at 60 frames. We all forgot about that. You know? Ghost of Tsushima was shielded, you know, to the moon and back on PS4, 2013 hardware. Shield to the moon and back, Last of Us, on PS3. One of the greatest games of all time, they say. Well, okay, so every game is invalid now. Every game is invalid now. That's not why I bought the PS5, to get higher resolution and higher frame rate. I don't give a shit. Give me 1080p 60 frames locked and show me something else. I don't need 4K, I don't need 2K, I don't need 1440p. We don't need any of that shit. 1920 by 1080 is almost fucking 2K. Do the math. I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Show me a next-gen box that says, hey, we're sticking to 1080p gaming, but here's the kicker. We got next-gen physics. We got next-gen artificial intelligence. The enemies are going to respond to your movements. They're going to behave differently based off of your play style. You know, we have all of this going on, next level particle effects. I mean, you know, just show me something that's next generation outside of, hey, we got, you know, these super reflective puddles during the rain segments of the game, and everyone's supposed to just jump up and down and foam at the mouth. Well, I don't, what is that doing for me? I'm looking at a fucking puddle that has a reflection in it. That means that I'm a virgin and I'm never going to get laid. Okay? I don't care if your game has reflective puddles. I don't care about RTX bullshit. It's just a marketing tool for Nvidia to sell GPUs. And gamers foam at the mouth over it like, well, look at me, I'm so cool. You're alone in your basement with your 1440p monitor. Who are you impressing? Your friends on the internet that aren't even real? That you barely know? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They don't care, though. It's so sad. I'm done. I'm done. They don't care. I'm done. Yeah, 1080p 60. That's all we need. For PS6, I would take that for PS6. 1080p 60 frames per second because they could do so much more. Digital Foundry nerds? Yeah, but Digital Foundry, they have millions of subscribers. They have millions of subscribers. It's so sad. Everyone played on their TVs. Now everyone plays on their monitors to utilize more frames. Then game runs more smooth. Makes sense to me. I disagree. Okay, but that wasn't a thing anymore. And if you're not playing on your TV, you might be a loser. Who's playing on a monitor? I mean, I am, but that's because I stream. I don't know. I'm done. You guys see, you guys are in a different mindset. It's just like, whatever, dude. You know, you guys care about stupid crap. That's why this industry is in the shape that it's in. You want ray tracing, you want 4K? Okay, well, you want those things, and then you want all of this other stuff that you supposedly want, and then you don't want it because you can't get it because the developers don't have enough resources to put it in, or the budget or the time. So it's over. Well, playing on small monitors actually is actually better because the pixel density, you know, everything looks good on a small monitor. Even a 720p resolution will look better on a small monitor compared to a bigger one because you're stretching out the image. You plaster a 720p image on a 60-inch television, I mean, it's going to look like slop. But on a smaller screen, it's going to look very good. That's why the Steam Deck isn't even 1080p, I believe, because it's a small screen. It doesn't need to be. Plus, that would drain more battery. So, well, I don't want you to agree because that's telling me you don't agree. Okay, if you don't have any reasons on why you agree, then I don't care. Okay, you're not just going to play agree for the sake of agreeing in here. Okay, that's fake. That's fake fan mentality. You know, I've talked about these issues for years. You guys are too lazy to go back and watch some of the videos. I don't know what to tell you. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing over here. It's not a new thing. It's not. We've been talking about these issues for a long time in this industry. And people don't care. I mean, it's been happening since the late PS3 era. The late PS3 era. They stopped pushing the technology and they started making these movie games riddled with woke themes. Is it fun to me or not? Well, the Nintendo Switch, look at the Nintendo Switch currently. The Nintendo Switch currently, you know, all the Nintendo fanboys, well, the fake Nintendo, let me just put it to you this way. The fake Nintendo fans will tell you that the Nintendo, you know, Switch needs an upgrade. Now, maybe objectively it does, but it doesn't matter because the real hardcore Nintendo fans literally do not care. The real hardcore Nintendo fans, they are loyal to Nintendo, okay? The real hardcore Nintendo fans are not playing this on an emulator. They're not playing their games on an emulator or on PC. That's fake Nintendo fan. I'm sorry. That is. I'm not saying, you know, be a consumer, but you know, you cannot claim to be a Nintendo fan if you're not playing it on the Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry. You know, and if you can't handle the low resolution, the low frame rate of the Switch, then you're a fake gamer. Dead ass. Oh, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom in 4K at 60 on my PC. No. See, you got the PC mentality in your head. Why does it need to be at that resolution? Why can't you? I played Manhunt 2 in fucking 480i. 480i, and it was Kino. Because the game isn't supposed to look super clear and clean and pristine. You don't get the feel of the game. Now, I'm not saying every game is like that, but especially for Manhunt, the lower the resolution, the grittier it looks, the fucking better. We don't need everything to, you know, be one-to-one pixel fucking density. Get these loser nerds out of here. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's fake gamer bullshit. So if you emulate your Nintendo Switch, you're a fake gamer. You're not loyal to Nintendo. And quite frankly, I don't think Reggie would be happy. Same for Wii U. Same for GameCube. I don't, again, I'm not going to get into the emulation thing because I think it's a bunch of baloney is what it is. It's fake gamer mentality. You're too lazy to hook up your old console, or you don't even have the old console to begin with because you were a fake fan of all of that shit to begin with, and now you just want to play emulator like, oh, I can play this at 1080 60 or 4K 60. Cool. No one cares. And quite frankly, at that resolution, it's going to make the game look worse because, you're not used to seeing it with, upscaling. So you start to see the muddy textures and all of that with those older games. So you do you, though. I don't care. But I'm just saying, if you claim to be a Nintendo fan in here and you're not playing the games on the Switch, and I don't even have it, I have a Switch, but, Bald Lesbian gifted it to me. But I never bought a Switch, and I was vocal about the Switch when it came out. I said it has no games. And at the time, it didn't have any games. What was the reason to buy the Nintendo Switch in 2017? Oh, we have Breath of the Wild. Oh, that's on Wii U. Huh? Oh, you have Super Mario Odyssey coming. Well, that's not out yet. Okay, so why should I buy a Nintendo Switch in 2017? There was no reason to buy the Switch at launch, and plus it didn't come with the free game. Now, the Wii U came with the free game. It was called Nintendo Land, and so did the Wii. It's Wii Sports. And now all of a sudden Nintendo says you're not getting a free game? Well, fuck you. I think the Switch is one of the worst consoles Nintendo ever made, and that's the reason why it sold so well. Oh, but the GameCube didn't come with the free game. Who cares? It actually had some great games and exclusives to the goddamn hardware, like Luigi's Mansion. And they ruined Luigi's Mansion. Don't get me started on that. They have demade those games. Totally different art style. Absolute trash. Sorry. If you like the new Luigi Mansion games, I can't. I just can't. It's got some Disney art style to it. Play the first game and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The first game is Kino. It's comfy. The new games are trying really hard to be a theme park game, and it's got this new art style that's not Luigi's Mansion. That's not my Luigi's Mansion, okay? So the only Luigi's Mansion game that's good is the first one on the Nintendo GameCube, and I think they actually remade that, and I'm sure it's soulless, so don't even play it. See, they love remastering their own games and then changing things that don't need to be changed. They changed the texture of this door, and it's like, well, now it's soulless. I don't want to play this anymore. And then gamers complain. They say, well, Breath of the Wild, you could play it anywhere on the Switch. You didn't have to stick.
It's over.
What a dumb gimmick. Don't even get me started on it. Don't do it.
$5.
Levi Sorensen coming through.
Gamers who are only loyal to Nvidia's bottom line.
That's it. Why do we have so many Nvidia shills over here? This is not a PC channel. In both ways. Not politically correct, nor do we talk about PC gaming here. And I have the 4070 Ti. But I barely use it. There's nothing to play on PC. It's all garbage. All a bunch of shovelware, a bunch of unfinished early access trash on Steam, and it's all DRM. You don't even own anything. So you're just renting the games, and then when Steam shuts down in the next 50 years or something like that, well, you're going to lose all your games. Just like Google Stadia, That shut down, and then, you lost all your games because the service shut down. Well, you guys want to buy into this digital fucking utopia, and it's like, well, here you go. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. And you have chosen that. You have said, yes, shut up and take my money, Gabe. I'm ready for Half-Life 3. He's never giving you Half-Life 3, so just get on your knees and, beg more because it's not going to change anything. Half-Life 3 is never coming. And who cares? Half-Life is for boomers that played it on PC anyway. No one cares. I remember PC gaming when you would go out. I bought Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 when it came out. I have the disc. You put the disc in. You play it. There's no launcher. There's no DRM. You guys accepted this shit because, Valve made good games. And that's how they got you in. That's how they got you in. Valve made good games. So now, let's download their launcher. Half-Life's amazing. Half-Life 2 is amazing. Left 4 Dead's great. Let's just download their launcher. Now they've monopolized the whole fucking scene. It wasn't like this. PC gaming was like the old school. It's like consoles. You buy the damn disc. You know, these Zoomers in here don't understand this. But you buy the disc, you put it in, and it just works. That's what PC gaming was. The big box days, the jewel cases. Now it's not like that anymore. You know, that changed once Steam took over and monopolized. And now everyone, it's all DRM, it's all digital, it's all trash. You can't even buy physical copies of PC games anymore, I don't believe. The last PC game I bought, and I didn't know this, it literally came with a key. There was no disc. It came with a key inside, and I said, wow, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have bought it. Unreal. So PC gaming was wholesome at one point. It was great. It was fantastic. And then all of a sudden, it just turned into this terrible slop. And now the console space is transitioning into that, okay? The console space is transitioning into that. Because I remember PC gaming when it was very different, okay? I bought Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I had a Scooby-Doo game. You just put the disc in and install it, and as long as the disc was in the drive, it worked. No internet required, nothing like that. You just click on the desktop, launch the executable, boom. As long as the disc is inserted, you're good to go. Now, I think GTA 4, there was a few games in the mid-2000s that still came on disc, so there were exceptions, but primarily it's over with now. Absolutely, because the computers don't have disc trays in them anymore, and they're going to sit there and say, okay, boomer, oh, Jesus Christ, you're such a fucking boomer. Well, I'd rather be a fucking boomer than growing up in this trash generation that you own nothing and it's pure digital. But you do you. You know, oh, I'm going to play my Nintendo Switch games on my computer. Basically what you're saying is fuck you to the devs over at Nintendo. That's what you're saying. You're a fan of Zelda, you're a fan of Tears of the Kingdom, you're a fan of Mario and Miyamoto and Reggie. I don't think he works at Nintendo anymore. But the legendary Nintendo, you're not a fan if you're not a fan. You don't support it. You're not a fan. How could you be a fan of something that you clearly don't support? Oh, I'm an elitist because I'm better than you because I'm playing my Nintendo Switch games at a higher frame rate and higher resolution. That's not a part of the keynote. That's not a part of the soul. Part of the soul is experience it on the native hardware. I already told you, I don't want to play Manhunt 2 uncensored. I don't want to play Manhunt 2 with 1080p 60 frames visuals. Yeah, it's objectively going to look better, but that's missing the point. Do I want to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1974 all cleaned up and restored? No, I don't. I want to see the grit. I want to see the dirt. I want to see the grime. Okay, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Just buy an old CRT. Buy an old CRT. Hook it up to that. It's going to look better. If you buy an old CRT, those games are going to fucking pop on that old CRT. A lot of the pure gamers, the collectors, they go out and they buy these old Sony fucking Minitrons or whatever they're called. Like they were in professional. Oh, there's a fucking squirrel close. There was the professional industrial like mini CRT things or whatever, and those are like the best you can buy. Because the pixel density, I'm not a nerd on that shit, but it's super fucking crisp. Like it was better than HD almost. Because it's not consumer. It's like it was, I don't even know what it was for. Probably studio stuff. But if you can get, that shit going on that, like that, Okay. You got, get out. Shut up. We need boomers in here, bro. I'm done with the Zoomers. Why are you watching my show? What the fuck are the old men? I'm done. You guys cannot resonate with anything in here. We got a generational problem here. Oh, I love Fortnite. I love DRM. I love online. I don't care.
While shoving the woke ideology into the youth.
Yeah, you love the woke themes as well. You love the woke themes as well. You don't give a shit anymore. I am done. I'm done. That's not what I wanted. See, this isn't even working anymore. You guys are breaking this.
It's over.
I want fireworks, yeah.
Super Shattered $5. I miss the giant trapezoid-shaped boxes of PC games with the cool artwork and lore on the front flap thing.
Bro, I remember that Titanic game. I went to a friend's house back in the day, and I played that Titanic game on the computer where you could walk around the Titanic in 3D, and I was blown away. I was like, bro, I got to get a PC to play this on, you know, and it was just great. It was like an old Goosebumps game, too, where it's like, I mean, I'd play those today. I mean, those old PC games from like the late, mid to late 90s are fucking kino, bro. Because it was about pure creativity. Well, it's just ridiculous. You know, how do they, what do you want me to tell you? What even is a disc? Okay, but what I'm tired of hearing is everyone bitching about, oh, I miss, and I see this all over. Oh, I miss going to GameStop and going to them midnight launches. I miss having fun like that. It's still available. GameStop literally did a midnight launch for Spider-Man 2. Now, maybe your store didn't, but most stores probably did, because I see a lot of videos of people that did go to the midnight launch, and it's like, and the comments are negative, like, oh, they still have midnight launches? Couldn't be me showing up to a store like that. You know, like, you're a big fucking hotshot. You're a loser. She only fucks you for the money.
Cents. I said it once and I'll say it again. The internet gave PC players a large voice when they are
Why is the squirrel over here? Get away, dude!
They are tinkerers, not gamers.
I'm trying to get fucking diseases.
Native hardware matters.
If the squirrel bites you, you can get rabies and die, right? And if you don't get the shot, the rabies will kill you. I don't know. You know, I'm not, you know, they didn't teach you this shit in science class. They didn't teach you anything in school. Phase cram coming through, that's what we're talking about. I don't miss going to GameStop. I disagree. And you know what? Last year, this time around, God of War Ragnarok came out. I was gonna do the midnight launch for God of War Ragnarok. The line was out the fucking door, bro. I shit you not. The line was out the door. Oh, they don't do midnight launches anymore because you're a boomer. You know, you're such a boomer that you can't even get outside of the house anymore. And all your friends grew up and you know, they don't talk to you anymore because they're busy with their wife and their kids and their job. So you're just going to pretend like it doesn't exist. That's a sad situation because the midnight launches do still exist. And I guarantee there will be one for GTA 6 if it does have a physical copy. And it'll be fucking huge. If GTA 6 launches, and I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. I think it will be the end of an era. I think GTA 6 will launch digital first. I think Matrix. What's that? Well, someone gifted 5 memberships. I don't know what that says, but. You guys bought Modern Warfare 2019? Oh, bro, that game's trash, too. That is the most overrated slop. That's when they oh, my God. You know, I thought I had faith in you guys, but you guys are consuming all of this modern garbage. Dude, they still show Modern Warfare 2019, and it's like, that game sucked. It's boring. It has that same TV show bullshit where it's like, everything is just garbage. Just make a fucking television show or a movie. You know, and that's the problem with Alan Wake 2. It's like, oh, it wants to be Twin Peaks on the Fox television network or something. Cool, it's shit. There's no personality. There's nothing. Oh, you got, you know, Alan Wake and his, you know, oh, it's Silent Hill 2. It's a modern-day Silent Hill 2. Well, guess what? Silent Hill 2 fucking sucked. You know, what happened to Harry Mason? You know, he gets in a car wreck and he's got to go find his daughter in Silent Hill. That's the first game. Okay, what's the second game? Fucking fine. Oh, he's got visions of his wife and she's dead, and that's good junk. It's junk. So fuck Silent Hill 2, and their fans can kiss my foot because guess what? The game's trash. Silent Hill 2 is trash. Silent Hill 3 is even worse because it's a prequel to the fucking first game, and it's like you're roaming around in the fucking mall, and it's got garbage, garbage, garbage. The only good one is Silent Hill Shattered Memories because it's actually it brings something new to the table. You're not fighting monsters. Done with that shit. And it tracks your
Fable
progress
Law
and your
Punisher
decisions.
Super
It's a great game.
$4.99.
Very unique experience, rather. But the Silent Hill fans are going to argue, I don't care if the
4090
Silent Hill
plus
franchise has been dead. Hopefully they cancel the
1390
remake.
plus 64 GB RAM, and I still prefer a classic console. That PC gaming wave has been crafted and pushed by shills. Console wins.
Jesus Christ, you got a 49. Why do you guys all have 4090s? What is your electricity bill? Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't care if the game looks blurry. I really don't. I mean, how do you think people played these games like 15 years ago? Not everyone had an HD TV. Not everyone had component cables. The Wii didn't even come with component cables, so you couldn't even get an HD signal out of the thing by default. You had to go and buy those separately. So, because, the HD era wasn't in, and Nintendo fans don't give a shit about technology. Nintendo is not at the forefront of technology. And somehow, this PC fan base has, they pretended to be fake Nintendo fans, like wolves in sheep's clothing, or whatever that saying is. And these motherfuckers are, pushing this narrative that Nintendo needs power. Sweetheart, Nintendo has never been about power. Buy an Xbox for that. Look at GameCube versus Xbox. Xbox blows it away. The Wii versus the 360. 360 blows it away. Wii U versus PS4. PS4 blows it away. It's never been about Nintendo. Nintendo fans do not give a shit about hardware. Now, if you do, you might be in the minority. Because if that were the case, it wouldn't be the best-selling fucking console. I'm done, dude. I got problems with the Switch, but it's it's just not. There was nothing exciting about it. Maybe the Switch 2 will be a different thing, but because there was no innovative way. Oh, you could, let's read that guy's comment because he came through earlier and he said, well, the reason why I bought it on the Nintendo Switch because I can take Breath of the Wild on the go. With the Wii U version, I couldn't take Breath of the Wild on the go. Who's gaming outside on the go? I've never seen that before. I mean, how old are you? You know what I mean? It's just like, who's gaming on the go past the age of 20-something? No one is. I've never seen someone on a fucking subway on a Nintendo Switch. On their phones, yeah. And that's what we're getting to. We're getting AAA games on our phone, and within the next 5 to 8 years, you're going to have PS5 level graphics on your phone. It's over. The whole industry is changing. It's basically a dead industry is what has happened here because there's not an emphasis on programmers or engineers. That has been downsized heavily. Now they have the art department bigger, they have the writing department bigger, they have the marketing department bigger, and all of the budget goes into that stuff as opposed to the programming and engineering and the nuts and bolts and the framework of these games. They set up one core loop of gameplay. They literally get the dots in the C++, and they say, well, we want this dot to attack this dot, and once they figure that out, they copy and paste it, and that's the whole fucking game. They get one thing figured out, and they say, well, this works, let's not break it, let's copy and paste it, throw some cutscenes in the middle, and boom, that's the whole fucking game. We want evolving, dynamic gameplay. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So you're going to have to develop an AI system that can do that. Shouldn't be hard now. You got the neural net. What happened to all this technology? The neural processing unit, buddy. Oh, that's right. The PS5 don't have that. Well, I guess wait for PS6. Our games are going to adapt in real time through machine learning. Wow! How long do we have to wait? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, IGN gave it a 4. I play Switch in the bathroom. What is so important on your Nintendo Switch that you need to be constantly gaming? See, that's the problem. That's what I don't get. Some of these people just cannot dissociate themselves with these games. It's like you have to be constantly glued to this thing. Why? You can't put it down for 5 minutes? Fuck. That's why the Wii U and the traditional gaming, the console is here. It's at the home entertainment center, buddy. You want to play, you sit down at the home entertainment center. You don't bring the fucking games with you. Why would you want to do that? I mean, it's cool for about 5 minutes. Oh, I could have brought my Switch out here and we could have played a game. Okay, well, what's the difference? And they want more power for the Switch. Okay, well, then there goes the battery life. The current battery life for the Switch, I think is pretty, I've never actually tested it. Because the last time I played my Switch was for Tears of the Kingdom. There hasn't been a good game since. Mario Wonder, I was thinking about getting that. But, if I have something negative to say, it's going to certainly piss someone off. So I'd rather not even cover that. So there's certain games it's like, has Call of Duty pissed anyone off? Probably. It's like every game we get one person in here, and plus it's like it's got to be some big member too. Like, well, I've been supporting the show for 15 years, Michael. And you know what, Michael? You're fucking wrong. You say anything to get attention, buddy. How? I'm literally playing through these games. Okay, is Dreamcast guy playing through these games? Is Marlin Gaming Nation playing through these games? Is any of these other cats playing through these games? They're not. So don't sit there and tell me I don't have a voice when I've literally put the time in and I've shown you the reality of the situation. Kiss my foot because you're wrong.
I would never game where situational awareness is required. Imagine relaxing and getting in danger for media slop.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish we could get some Watch Dogs 2 devs on this fucking show. And I'm talking programmers, not actors and celebrities. I don't care about that crap. I care about nerdy engineer shit.
Bald Lesbian super chatted $9.99.
Because we have to discuss.
You got to understand the game on the go gimmick is popular in Japan. Mobile gaming is huge there.
Okay, but
not necessarily
we're not talking about Japan. Listen here. We're not talking. Listen here. We're not talking about Japan. Am I in Japan? Does it look like I'm in Japan, buddy? We're not talking about Japan. Who's talking about Japan? Yeah, maybe it is popular over there. What does that have to do with... maybe you're in Japan. I don't know. Oh, Nintendo gets a lot of sales in Japan. Okay. They get a lot of sales here, too. How many Americans are taking their Switch with them? Not many. Bro, if you're going to the office and you're working a 9 to 5 or what have you, are you really taking your Switch with you on your commute? Let's say you work in the city, you go to the corporate office building. Buddy, you ain't bringing your Switch with you? That's nerdy shit. And here's the thing. The Steam Deck is dead. That whole market that just has come up as of late within the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. All of that's dead. Because now the games are coming to the iPhone. And when this process gets a lot more, when it keeps happening and it's a little bit more accessible, because right now I think it's iPhone 15 Pro and up, But in the next few years, there's not going to be a Steam Deck 2. Okay, well, there might be, but that's going to be the last one. Okay, that's it. Quite frankly, that's it. Because it's already dead. You get this big Steam Deck. It's got a loud fan. Battery life lasts like shit. It's not socially acceptable either. So why would you want to take it outside? You're going to look like a dumbass. I wore a fucking VR headset out here. And I walked around in real life. People were fucking looking like I had a Lamborghini or some shit. It was just like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I mean? And they'd be looking like you if you had your fucking Steam Deck with you too. Like, what the fuck is that thing? That's a piece of technology from the fucking, looks like a fucking Game Gear. But if you're gaming on your phone, that's socially acceptable. So the AAA space, once those games continue, Ash Creed Merge is coming to the iPhone. Resident Evil 4 Remake's coming to the iPhone, the game of the year, right? RE Village is already on the iPhone, and it's at medium settings on the iPhone. Now, granted, yeah, touch controls are trash. And if you play it for a long time, it's probably going to heat up the phone pretty bad. But, that's not what that's meant for. If you have a hardcore gaming addiction, just play it on console or PC. And that's where you would play it anyway, so you wouldn't be playing it on the phone. See, okay, but Bald Lesbian is a Nintendo fanboy. He's the only one that I know in here that is super into it. Now, let me ask you this, and maybe I haven't been reading chat. But let me ask you this, bald lesbian. No, stop. Let me ask you this, bald lesbian. Am I right about that? Were you listening earlier, or do I got to repeat it? And let me just repeat it real quick. Nintendo fanboys, okay, Nintendo fans do not care. Let me just ask bald lesbian this. Nintendo fans do not care about frame rate or resolution. Would you say that's true or false? Would you say that's true or false? I'm talking Nintendo fans, and you know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about PC nerds that think they're Nintendo fanboys. That's bullshit. Fuck these Nvidia shills and AMD fanboys. I'm done. Okay? You know, I don't know why the PC gaming space is so obsessed with Nintendo. What the hell is that? Oh, I got a PC and I got a Switch. I'm sad. No, you're not. You're a loser, okay? But, bald lesbian, let me ask you that again. Do the Nintendo fans care about frame rate and resolution? Is that true or false? What did bald lesbian say? What is bald lesbian saying? I can confirm? Confirm what? I was saying true or false. No. Nope. And I'm done. I'm done having this conversation. Now we're going to play contrarian. Go back to 4chan with that shit, okay? Get them out of here. Why do they come from the fucking crevices of fucking 4chan? Exactly. See? Exactly. No. Nope. You're wrong. And I'm not talking to you, bald lesbian. I'm talking to these other people in the chat. You're wrong. Because bald lesbian's right. He and I know. The Nintendo fans do not give a shit about power. The Nintendo, and look, I'm not, obviously there's exceptions, but the majority of Nintendo fans arguably do not care about frame rate or resolution. They do not give a shit about the resolution of the fucking screen. Okay? That is fake gamer mentality. Take that PC shit and buy another 4090. Okay? Buy another 4090 and shove it right up your ass if it can fit. You guys say that PS2 was the best era for gaming. Well, guess what? Those games ran at fucking 480i.
It's over.
Oh, so now. Oh, I emulate those games, Michael. I'm a cool guy. I emulate them games, motherfucker.
Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yeah, on the N64. No, I never played that one, but it's very controversial, I believe. Because Nintendo is known, and I will say, like I said, if you got recently married, you're having kids, and you want them to get into gaming, I'm only going to recommend Nintendo. I'm not trolling. Do not have a PS5 or an Xbox in the household. That is, keep it within your own office, because the games we're playing on there, it's just bad. Bad. Shoot. Violence. Terrible stuff. Okay? I mean, Call of Duty, what we were doing last night in Call of Duty. Same mission on repeat, violent. That's influencing the youth. It cannot be good. Manhunt 2, bro. Did you see the tutorial in Manhunt 2 what it was doing? The gestures that you had to make with the Wiimote? No wonder why they banned that from Target. Target didn't sell Manhunt 2. I'm pretty sure. Let me type it in. Manhunt 2, Target. I'm pretty sure they banned it at their stores. Target pulls Manhunt 2 from store shelves. You know what? I agree with Target. I agree with Target, because you're making something that is for a mature audience. And if it gets, you cannot argue. I can't do it again. I can't. I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not doing it. NBC News, this is from 2007. Target pulls Manhunt 2 from store shelves. Target pulled Manhunt 2 from store shelves. And then you wonder why Rockstar censored it. Now let's put... Okay, but what we were doing in the tutorial in Manhunt 2 was bad. The gestures alone were bad. Okay? You can't just sit... What are you doing? You're doing this. What is that? What does that motion emulate? It's bad. And you want a Manhunt 3. You're sick in the head.
Bald Lesbian super chatted $19.99. If you talk about gaming, you're talking about Japan. Most games and consoles or handhelds you love come from there. Nintendo fans care about fun and storytelling.
Yep.
Resolution and frame rate are the bottom priority. Baby, baby, baby.
Yeah, and they also like to most of the Nintendo. If I type in Nintendo on YouTube, a lot of these guys have the whole collection in their background. They love collecting the cartridges. And honestly, I'm just going to say this. And thanks to Bald Lesbian for sending the Switch over earlier this year, because I was blown away. The Switch is the most next-generation console that exists. And I'm not trolling. All I did when I got Tears of the Kingdom, this was fucking crazy to me, bro. This was fucking crazy. I put the cartridge in to the Switch. I pressed A to launch, and it just worked. There was no downloading. There was no installing. I put the cartridge in to the Nintendo Switch, press one button, and it just works. There's no waiting. The most next generation thing, because on the PS5, even if you have the disc, and even if it plays off the disc, you got to wait for that to install from the disc, because the disc drives don't fucking go fast enough to read the fucking thing right off the disc. The Nintendo Switch is the most next-generation console. It's like the old days. You put it in, and it just works. Now, granted, there's exceptions. There's Nintendo Switch games that require online. Okay, there's Nintendo Switch games that require a download, but they say that on the box. So don't buy those games. Just you can buy them on the eShop or something, because it's the same fucking thing, unless you got to be a hardcore collector. And the same with Mario Wonder. I guarantee if I were to buy that game right now, put it in my Switch, play it without any updates, any patches, you can just do that. And I guarantee it's going to work. Going to be super flawless. You want me to find a bug in Mario Wonder? I ain't going to find a bug in Mario Wonder. Oh, someone already has. Here's a bug compilation. Who cares? They're losers. I don't deliberately find bugs. They come to me. Okay? When I'm playing a game, the game just breaks. Every game except King Kong. We haven't found a bug in King Kong Skull Island, you know. They say it's the worst game ever. We haven't even found a fucking bug in that game. How could it be the worst game ever when it doesn't even fucking break? So that might be subjective. And they said they're making a Walking Dead game. I'm for sure buying that shit. In fact, I might buy King Kong and Golem. I want physical copies of those games. They might be rare down the road. How much is a copy of Golem right now on PS5? They made physical copies. And King Kong, I might have to buy those games. I want physical copies of those games. Those are classics. Because they're really not that bad. They're internet hate darling games. Yeah, it's repetitive garbage. It's from a studio that doesn't have much experience. So you're hating on someone's work. That's what you're doing. And it's okay because it's socially acceptable. Yeah, I just can't get behind it. Oh, but isn't that what you're doing, Mark, with Call of Duty and a bunch of other games? Well, but it's a AAA studio. There's thousands of devs on Call of Duty. You think their feelings are really going to get fucking hurt? No, they should have high egos because they fucking. You work on Call of Duty, bitch. Get that ego in place. Quite frankly, if I worked at Sledgehammer and you came into the office with no ego, we'd say let's get the ego in check. You work on Call of Duty. Let's get you pumped up. You know what I mean? And the devs working on GTA 6, they're literally going to change pop culture. GTA 6 is literally going to be as revolutionary as the third game, from the transition to 2D to 3D. You don't believe me? I don't care. What do you think? Rockstar's taken over a decade, and a game ain't coming out anytime soon? You really think they're just sitting and doing nothing? I mean, do you really think that? Do you really think at Rockstar North they're literally doing that right now? Do you really think that's what's happening? They're really just sitting around doing nothing? I mean, is that really what you think? Because that's such a stoop. You really think they're doing nothing? Is that really what you think? Oh, they don't care. They don't care about their fans. They don't care about the community. That's entitlement. These fake Rockstar, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. The most entitled community ever. Oh, Rockstar killed Red Dead Redemption 2. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. How did they kill a game? Oh. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. Oh, they neglected the online, so therefore Red Dead Redemption 2 is dead.
It's over.
Because no one played it, you dumbass. Holy shit!
M0, 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 M
Why would I want to play the online?
The power creep of the console and PC consumerism slop mill is unbelievable, and it's part of why the mobile and tablet space, which is affordable and has reasonable power efficiency, Nintendo is the only company that gets it.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of the tablet craze, I think the Wii U, I think if the branding of the Wii U were a tad different, I think it would have been a little bit more successful at the very least, because a lot of people didn't understand. They thought, Wii U, I already have a Wii. Why would I want a Wii U? Maybe it was like an accessory or something. I already have a Wii. You know what I mean? It's just very confusing. I think that was a part of the problem. But, because the Wii U had great games. In fact, some of the best Switch games are from the Wii U. Now, not all games utilize the tablet controller, but the tablet controller, when it was utilized, Zombie U was one of my favorite survival horror games. Now they're going to make fun of me for that and say, oh, the only game I like is Zombie U, that shit's trash. No, that's Ubisoft saying we're making a survival horror game not for the normies, and it filtered a bunch of fucking fake gamers. That's what it did. Because when you died in Zombie U, you basically went back all the way without all your shit, and you got to come back to your body and get all the stuff again. I'm not saying the game doesn't have problems. The melee is repetitive, and the game does have problems. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's certainly above average, and it's very surprising for it to launch on a Nintendo console exclusive to the Nintendo Wii U. Now, with that said, you cannot play Zombie U on another platform because it's trash. It totally diminishes anything that the devs set out to do. You need to play exclusively Zombie U on the Wii U tablet. I'm telling you, it's a great experience, a very different experience, and it gets you thinking outside the box. When the developers start integrating different hardware mechanics, that's what we love to see. And unfortunately, that shit has just gone the wayside. But I remember playing Nintendo Land in Zombie U and being, wow, this Zombie U thing, there's something here, man. Like, they're doing shit that ain't found in many other games, especially on this console, the fucking Wii U. Like, and the graphics were good too. Like, it had soul. Now, again, it's not perfect, okay? It's certainly not perfect, and it can get repetitive. But a great survival horror game, and a challenging one, too. I'll tell you that. That game does not fuck around. And the multiplayer for that is really good. No one ever talks about the multiplayer because they don't have friends. But, I actually... I play the multiplayer for Zombie U. And, you can have someone use the Wii U tablet, and they have a bird's eye view of the map on the Wii U tablet. They have a bird's eye view on the Wii U tablet, and they can pinpoint where the zombies spawn. And while this guy over here is playing on the Wii U and the nunchuck, it's fantastic. It's really great, really innovative, really unique, really cool. But of course, that doesn't sell, right? That doesn't sell. That's not what the normies do not give a shit about originality. They don't care about. They want established. If your shit's not established, it ain't getting made. Game or movie, it just isn't happening unless you fund it yourself. Like M. Night Shyamalan, I think he funds his own movies, supposedly, right? So, because no studio is going to back that shit. I mean, they might now because he's a kind of a branded, he's proven himself. But, you got to make Marvel or that's it. That's what sells. Superhero, even Terrifier 2, they did, they do have like superhero elements. Like, she gets like fucking superwoman powers, and it's like, well, this is weird. Because, I haven't watched the first one, so I just thought that was already in there. And then I heard that the first Terrifier doesn't have the fantasy elements. And I'm not big on fantasy, so it's like, well, yeah, that is kind of fucking dumb. She was down for the count multiple times in Terrifier 2, and then all of a sudden, her shit glows fucking yellow, and she's got superhero powers now, and it's like, this is kind of stupid. But I didn't know that it wasn't a thing in the first one. Now it's like, oh, maybe the first one's a little bit more grounded, and it's like, well, maybe that is better. So I can't even imagine what Terrifier 3 is going to be like. We're going to have fucking flying snowmen and. You use an emulator? Oh, that's a way of saying you're a fake gamer. Emulator, by the way. So let's not support the devs. Let's just emulate things. Sad. Oh, I'm a big Nintendo fan, by the way. I'm going to emulate all their games. Yeah, that's not a fan. You're just some edgelord. Really, no one. The Switch games do not look muddy. on a small screen, OLED small screen like that, they don't look money. So what's the point of emulating? What more do you need? I mean, and wasn't that the whole point of the Switch, is that you can take the games on the go? So why are you displaying it on your television? Now that defeats the purpose of the Switch. Hey, the hypocrisy with these fake gamers in here is ridiculous. The hypocrisy from these fake gamers is totally sad. I emulate the streams. I don't know what that means. Oh, we can't talk in plain English in here. It's always just like some Jerry Lawler thing where we're beating around the bush, sugarcoating things. It's just like, what? When I read things, maybe it's a problem. Maybe it is a me problem. But when I fucking read things in here, I don't get it. And that's the problem I had in school, too. It's just like I need things reiterated a few times to maybe start understanding. And then from there, it's like, well, we have to think about it for about 5 minutes to kind of get it. Like, oh, now it's clicking. Now it's not. We're not talking about emulation here. Fuck off. If I made a game and you guys emulated it, I'd be pissed. Or you modded my game, I'd be pissed. It's my game, my vision, my creative endeavor. Now you're going to take liberties and just go in and put the fucking... No! I mean, it's just ridiculous with these people. Oh, I bought it. I have the right to repair it. That conversation. That's basically what they're saying. Oh, I bought the iPhone, so I have the right to repair
M0,
it.
M0, M0, M super chatted $5.
I've never had to repair an iPhone.
Functionality.
Don't drop
Maybe
it.
it's on the dev side that they don't utilize it more. Not sure, but I do see about these 4K 60 FPS space heaters.
At the end of the day, Rockstar is simply the greatest at what they do. Oh, let me see. What ways? Let me see. Where the fuck's this? MO coming through. Switch does have the... I can't read it again. It's not on here. Let me refresh.
It's over!
Fable La Punisher super chatted $4.99. At the end of the day, Rockstar is simply the greatest at what they do. No matter what, they will always be on top. GTA 6 will change gaming for the better.
Yeah, I don't know what people are expecting with GTA 6. Maybe their expectations are still out of, you can't get crazy with the expectations because it's still a video game and it's still, yeah, there might be $1 billion behind it, but how much is that for marketing? You know what I mean? And look, I mean, but you're getting Red Dead 2 so just think of think of the fundamentals of Red Dead 2. Okay, all of what they have in Red Dead 2, and you look at that and you pull back and you say, okay, well, you have the fundamentals of Red Dead 2, and not only it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and it's going to be, everything about the experience is going to be more. So, and I'm not... You can look at the leaked footage for yourself. You can see the foundation there, and you can see what's already going on. And it's just like, okay, this is alpha footage from like 2021 or something. I mean, we have Rockstar's cooking, okay. And if you're impatient and you just can't handle it, then it's time to get a job. And maybe when you're retired, the game will come out. And the game might be $125. I mean, if there's an early access edition. MO coming through. I think this is what it is. Switch does have tablet functionality. Maybe it's on the dev side that they don't utilize it anymore. Switch does have tablet function. Oh, okay. Because the Wii U, you could it was basically the Switch. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a mode on the Wii U. I don't think it was there. I don't think it was there. But that's the problem. I don't know if the functionality was there, because I bought the Wii U when it came out at launch. But eventually there was a functionality. Maybe it was there day one. But there was a functionality where you could just broadcast the whole game on your tablet. But that takes away the specialty of the tablet because, some games utilize the tablet in very unique ways. When you do the sniper in Zombie U, you hold it up to your television and you're looking through the scope. Very cool shit. I thought that was the most unique thing. I was like, wow, this is fucking I'm starting to see this now. This is cool. I think it was Zombie U. There were some mini games in Nintendo Land that really showcased it well. But again, like a lot of that stuff, they just drop it. And everything becomes standard and normal. And it's like the PS5 controller. How many devs are utilizing that? None.
M0 super chatted $5. To be fair, emulation has valid use case for software preservation for games from companies that basically don't exist anymore, forgotten IPs.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose, but, I don't know. I mean, software digital is just, it's not my cup of tea. I mean, it's just, you don't own anything. You can't physically, it's just, they say disc rot, and it's like, I've never seen disc rot. I don't even know what that is. I literally do not know what that is. I've never seen disc rot. I got CDs from 1995, no disc rot. That's 30-something years, almost. Where's the disc rot? It's just like, I'm done with these stupid idiots. Digital. Fuck it. Those files aren't going to be compatible on your latest operating system, so it don't fucking matter. Digital preservation, by the way, I don't even think that exists. Because guess what? Your operating system in 5 years ain't going to be fucking running them files. They'll be switching over to a different architecture. Then you're going to have to find an old fucking computer, because some games you can't run on fucking, Steam. They got to have Windows XP or some shit. And it's like, well, yeah, you can try and emulate it, and it's just like, it's a fucking big disaster. There's formats that have been obsolete, like fucking, I don't know, dude. Just physical is better. Give me the disc, that's preservation. There's no license on that disc. Why do people think there's license on the disc? The disc will never not work. The only thing that's going to fail is like the fucking the battery in the PS5 that says, wouldn't you, but I think they've already tested that. They pulled it out of the PS5 and it still works. So digital is, get a damn disc. Fuck it all.
Or Modern Warfare 2023, I lose all hope
consume.
Recovering. Also,
I'm analog. I'm analog.
The last two GTA Online DLCs fucked over the
Yeah, I understand digital is convenient, but all right, let's Viking coming through. If it ends up like last year's Saints Row or Modern Warfare 2023, I will lose all hope in the gaming industry recovering. Also, I'm skeptical because the last two GTA Online DLCs fucked over the OG player base. Okay. Here's the it's a generational thing, okay? I am a fucking boomer. I am in my 30s, okay? And if you're in your 30s, you need to start agreeing. Because if we are disagreeing and we're both the same age, there might be a problem. I'm sorry. The generation, we have to come together as boomers because this is ridiculous. When I boot up GTA Online and I see a fucking DeLorean flying around with purple smoke coming out of it, I shut the shit off. I don't give a shit what's going on in that game, but when you have turned it into Saints Row, you have disrespected my intelligence as a Rockstar fan, as a GTA fan, and I'm out. What do you think? I guarantee that's why Dan Houser left. They have shat all over his work in favor of Saints Row slop into GTA Online. No one is playing that and saying, wow, this is... it's horrible. It is a Zoomer only thing. Boomers don't get, Rockstar didn't give us the single-player DLC? You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. You want to mod the game anyway. Is it your right to mod a game that you had no... No, it's not. So just don't do it. You bought the game? What does that mean? Did they give you a fucking certificate that says, please mod our game? No, they didn't. That's not your property. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I can't wait until GTA 6 comes out, because guess what? It ain't coming out to PC day one. I guarantee that. Ain't happening. Good reason for it. But by the time it comes out, the PS5 is going to be hackable at this fucking rate. So maybe they should wait until PS6. Because by the time GTA 6 comes out, it's going to be hackable. And there's going to be a bunch of modders, hackers. Never play online on PC. It's full of hackers. It's full of losers. It's full of weirdos. I mean, I was playing GTA Online a few weeks, months ago, whenever it was. And, bro, they were literally hacking the online lobby. I turned that shit off immediately. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay, but why, how, let me ask you this. Why do you think Rockstar sucks? Name one reason. Because this is the current narrative. Now, why do you think that? Because I don't see that. I don't know what you're talking about when you say Rockstar Games sucks. Sure, I have my own weird problems with Red Dead 2, but that's outside what we're talking about right now. When you say Rockstar sucks, what the fuck does that mean? Rockstar fell off. Rockstar this, Rockstar that. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Because it doesn't make sense to me.
M0 super chatted $5. And what I mean, if there is a company that went bankrupt 20 years ago and there is no possibility of production, I am of course hugely pro-physical.
Okay, but every game has existed physically. What I don't know what we're talking about.
Kane Big super chatted $9.99. Sony Punk is a joke. Literally your worst mod. Get that toxic disease out of here.
I don't know, dude. Everyone's
Let's
toxic in here. Let's not. I've been dealing with this for years with certain people in here. It's just like, I don't know. Come work for me or something. Be my camera guy. Just get busy. Jeez. I mean, fuck. All right. What was I going to say? There was a lot going on there. I don't know. Okay, name why Rockstar...
It's over!
Can't! Do it!
Bald Lesbian super chatted $4.99. I'd rather buy a second-hand copy of an old video game for $100 than to emulate a game.
Yeah, I was...
preservation cope excuse,
Let's
baby.
get it! I mean, I was thinking about doing, I was thinking about buying Land of the Dead on PC. Land of the Dead, Road to the Fiddler's Green. Now, that's abandonware at this point, I'm assuming. I don't know anything about stuff like that. But it has a physical copy. It's on eBay. And I'm like, you know what? It would be fun to look at the box art and see how shitty it is. There's just something to that. There's just something. You hold the game in your hand. You look at it. There's something to that I can't explain to this generation in here. You bought it. It's right in your hand. Digital is fake. It's pixels on the screen. Your LCD goes out. You don't own anything anymore. It's all nothingness. If your television breaks, you can at least look at the fucking disc. Better than nothing. I know. This is like the analog versus digital thing. Okay, but you have to understand, in 50 years, the files that work on your computer today are not going to work in 50 years. So how is that preservation? It's not. And hard drives could fail, flash drives could fail. There's no such thing as preservation. It doesn't exist. Everything.
It's over.
Look at the Murphy's, whatever the hell. Talk to a science teacher. This tree behind me is not going to exist in 100 years. This bench is, everything is, the dinosaurs don't exist anymore. What are you talking about? But they said if you go to space, because light years is a thing, you can see the dinosaurs. No. When I heard that, I mean, I really want you to sit down and think about this for one fucking moment. If we had the technology, we go to a certain spot in space. From my understanding, I could be totally wrong on this, but from my understanding, this is crazy. This is far out. Okay, I'm not trolling about this either. This is insane. So if we had, and that's obviously, we don't have the technology, but if we had the technology, we would be able to see Jesus Christ. I'm not trolling. So if we had the rocket spaceship, we would be able to go a certain light years away. We're talking, infinite light years away. You just go back that far in the big futuristic rocket ship, and then you get a telescope that can just do magic powers, and you zoom in on the Earth from that distance of light years, and you'll see an Earth that is 1 billion years old. You're going to see the dinosaurs. You're going to see Jesus. I mean, there ain't a damn way. So when we look at Saturn right now, if you were to actually go to Saturn, not that we can, it's going to be very different. Now that is insane. I'm not trolling. If you don't believe me, look it up. Maybe I explained it wrong, but obviously we can't do it. But that's what they're saying, from my understanding. I could be wrong. Okay, now they're saying I'm wrong. I don't care. Look it up. Holy shit. You got to get these losers. Go back to fucking. Get out of here. So he's not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. Why would I fucking just say that? That's what I heard. I mean, I might have explained it wrong. But we don't have the technology anyway. But if we did, that's what you would see. Whatever, I'm done. I'm not talking space in here. Go watch Neil deGrasse Tyson or something. I mean, I'm done. You guys, go watch Bill Nye the Science Guy. They don't even do that in school anymore. Well, I'm glad they don't, because we didn't learn anything from him anyway. He's a fake scientist. He's a clown. Bill Nye the Science Guy. I can freeze flowers with liquid nitrogen. Ooh, we pull the flowers out after 15 seconds and they're as hard as a rock. Science, by the way. What about the science of broadcast? We're literally broadcasting video across the globe right now. Now, how the fuck is that possible? It's like that scene in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They put the chocolate bar in the fucking in the television, and then it transmits over the air. Well, hell, that's going to be a reality. Not in our lifetime, but it will eventually be. I mean, the future society is going to look back and laugh at this, just like we do. And they say, well, the cavemen, and it's like, wow, what did they do? Like, they had to communicate through the hieroglyphics and the rocks and stuff. And okay, well, we're going to, millions of years from now, they're going to look back at this, the society and this, and they're going to say, oh, what the fuck? I mean, because really, nothing has changed in 100 years. 100 years ago, I mean, that was 1913. Okay, the Titanic song, it's the same. We had Horsey and Buggy. Ford Model T was coming out. I mean, it's the same thing. Nothing's changed in 100 years. You got digital, but what has really changed? The way we communicate is still kind of the same. I mean, this telephone's still around. You have to be connected to a physical device to do anything. To communicate with someone, not in real life, you have to physically interact with a device. That is absurd to me. You can't just think it and do it. Or at the least have a pair of glasses. Oh, like, why are we not at the point where you just put a pair of glasses on and you have the whole... I mean, these big, bulky headsets. Like, what are we... It's ridiculous. Oh, Lord. Fashion has changed. No, it hasn't. That's all fake. How has fashion changed? You're looking at it through the lens of... I'm not even going to... It's all a bunch of baloney is what it is. people dress how they want to dress. Just because, you know, there's like a greatest hits of, oh, this is what people wore, the popular people wore in the 90s. That doesn't mean that was the definitive fucking fashion. You know, it's just like this like glorified fucking like, you're looking at it through like a greatest hits lens or something. PSVR 2 is trash. Well, I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, they have abandoned the PSVR 2. There's no software for it. All right, let's see if we missed out on some, because these were firing off here. The bottom line is we need to fight for analog and physical and escape the all-digital, own nothing. Yeah. Sony Punk. Control Alt. Well, obviously. I mean, if they're talking about you. I mean, it's just a rent-free situation. I'm going to make a shirt that says rent-free, and hopefully a lot of people buy it. Because, you know, it's just a problem over here. It's just rent-free. It's just like we can't stop thinking about each other. Well, it's a community full of love. We disagree, and that's why we care so much. If you didn't care, you wouldn't. I mean, really, that's the nature. I can go to Dr. Phil. I could talk to scientists. I mean, anyone could tell you that. You know, eventually your ex moves on. Well, she stops caring. I mean, eventually you move on. You stop caring. You don't care about your ex. That was 25 years ago, you know. The caring point stops eventually. But in the moment, you don't see it like that because, you know, if you go through relationships, I mean, it's just, all right, we got to plug this in. We got to plug this in. But Call of Duty Modern War, where's the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2? Fucking got a 4 on IGN, bro. I've never had any physical thing. Even VHS tapes still work, and they were saying like, "Oh, you need to upgrade to the disc. Buy the DVD, buddy. Your VHS is gonna rot." I've never had one that didn't work, so I don't know what kind of environment like people are putting these CDs in, and it's like, yeah, you know, you put shit in like direct sunlight, it's gonna probably rot or something, but I don't know. People are fighting for all digital, and it's just like, I don't know how that's. Like, eventually the files are going to be incompatible. They're still, you know, hard drives don't last forever. Flash drives eventually go out. Everything has a point of failure. So the disk rot, yeah, that might be a thing. I mean, I've never seen it before. I've never seen a disk rot before. I literally do not know what that looks like. I mean, unless they're talking about the front label peeling or something, I mean, I don't know. VHS easily degrades. Okay. Well, that's why you back it up immediately. But then you have a digital file. Okay. Well, who knows if that file is going to be compatible in future I mean, there was a big transition. When was it? 32-bit to 64-bit. All of your 32-bit applications are no longer, they don't work. It was on iOS. This was how many years ago? So if listen here, if the developer did not update the 32-bit application, that's it. Can't play it. Because it's a totally new architecture, right? 64-bit. I mean, I'm not pretending like I know everything, but I remember that being a big thing, and people were fucking pissed. Your 32-bit applications were not working. 32-bit iPhone. When did they do this? 32-bit app support has been 2022. No. This was 2017. The death of 32-bit iOS. See? Okay, so when is 64 going out? Next 10 years? 15, 20? You know what I mean? So now that's what I'm saying. It's just, so if the devs have an app, if they made a game or an app, and it's 32-bit, and if they chose not to upgrade it because, well, why would they? That's a lot of time, resources, and money. It's dead. It's in the graveyard. So now you have abandoned. You have software that's incompatible with modern device. Now you got to go back, emulate, and it's like, well, I don't know how that works on any of that, but I had a 4 terabyte PS4 hard drive die on me, and all my digital games went with it. That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, I mean, the analog tapes and all of that stuff rots, but I mean, if it's stored in a, I don't know. I've never had a problem with physical media at all. I mean, yeah, if the disc gets scratched or something, that's a different story, but that's user error. So, in my opinion, collecting games is the disc copies of games. That's the way to preserve them. How is it not? Like, the game is never not going to work. The only failure point there is going to be that chip on the console, because there is a chip on there that keeps like the internal timer. But I'm pretty sure they tested it on PS5, at least the current model of the PS5 before the Slim comes out, and it still works. They pulled out that battery. What is it? The CMOS battery. That's what's keeping it going. But even with the CMOS battery pulled out, the disc copies still work on the PS5. I don't know about PS4. I think the PS4 has a problem with that. I think on the PS4, and I'm not shitting you on that, but it doesn't matter because most PS4 games work on PS5, so it's not really a big deal. But I think they did this testing, and they pulled out the CMOS battery on the PS5, and it still read the discs, and it still played without the CMOS battery. So that's usually the first failure point. And I think on the PS4, it actually does not work. I think there were some big videos around this a few years ago. And then everyone starts caring like, oh, we care about, and it's like, no, you don't. You guys all buy digital. Dude, they removed the fucking RoboCop demo from my Steam library. That's why I'm fucking pissed. I'm not chilling that game. I don't care if it's good or not, because they removed the demo from my Steam library. Now, I could see if they advertised it and they said, hey, we got a limited time demo. It's going to run from this weekend to this weekend. This is your chance to try out the new RoboCop game. Okay, but when you just take away the demo that I downloaded and installed and revoke the license, I'm not interested in all digital. And that's what they did. I cannot. If you try it, if you have the RoboCop demo still installed, either they updated it and revoked the license. Well, they disabled it. I mean, that I know. I don't know how they did it, though. I don't know if it's secretly updated or what. But, unless there's a way to get around the Steam DRM, they revoked the fucking license. I cannot play the RoboCop. No one is talking about this. The reason why someone brought it up in my chat, I thought they were trolling. I thought, well, there's no fucking way. Now, they did this before for a beta, for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre beta. They did it for that. But that was a technical test. It made a little bit more sense. I was still pissed then. I thought, well, that's fucking stupid. But they removed the fucking RoboCop demo from my Steam library. Like, fuck that bullshit. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Steam does that? No. No. See, stop. I'm not entertaining that conversation. You're wrong. Steam doesn't do that. Why would Steam do that? Okay, unless there was a message somewhere that I didn't see where it said it is a limited time demo. I must have missed it. I don't know. Oh my God! If you have a Steam emulator, dude, I don't want to play it. It's just the fact that they removed the demo because the game's out and they want you to buy the game. That's ridiculous. Bro, even the new Resident Evil games don't have you doing that. You can still download the Resident Evil 2 Remake demo right now. You can still download the Resident Evil 3 Remake demo. Why remove the demo? Oh, it's an older build. Who cares? That's stupid. If they wanted to remove the demo, they should have just made it where you had to go online. I mean, I guess that's what it was. I don't know. Maybe you can launch the executable. I don't know. But, when I tried to just click on the icon, it opened up the Steam store and said, no valid licenses. And I said, well, this is trash. Because I didn't uninstall it. I didn't uninstall the RoboCop demo. And all of a sudden, they revoked the license. Why? Because the game's out. They want you to buy it. It's a $70 game that should be $40. The game's trash. RoboCop is trash. I don't care. Oh, it's a small dev team. Oh, I love the RoboCop movies. Well, I haven't seen them, so I don't have that. I don't have that nostalgia. I mean, if I've seen them, maybe I would enjoy it more. But I've never seen the movie. so it's not going to hit the same. But the fact that they removed the fucking demo is ridiculous. Exactly. Demo discs were Kino. How many game discs have you seen with disc rot? I've never seen any. I literally do not know what that is. I'd have to Google it right now. I'm assuming it means the front label getting chipped off. I don't know what that is. Black mold on the disc? I don't know what that is. I don't know what disc rot is. I've never heard of it before until Reset Era brought it up. They said the Reset Era said physical media is not the way to back up anything. They said digital preservation for the future, and they said disc rot. They were bringing that up big, and that's the only reason why I heard of it. I never knew it was a thing. I knew VHSs could degrade, but and I think I've seen that before with the tracking. You have to fuck with the VCR to get the tracking where you need it. And then they said it's harmful to the environment. They said that physical media is harmful to the environment. Oh, man. No wonder why that Rockstar North guy blocked me on Twitter. He's probably a part of Reset Era. They're all woke over there. I mean, oh, my God. It is bad. I mean, they didn't even have Hogwarts Legacy topics over there. They didn't even have any Hogwarts. And guess what? What's his face did? He conveniently did not review Hogwarts Legacy because he didn't want any of that bullshit on his channel. That big reviewer, what's his face? Conveniently didn't review that one. Too controversial, huh? Didn't want to lose subscribers.
$5. I remember
so much
when
for
PC
integrity.
games had beautiful boxes with
professional
a
reviewer, by the way, million subs, by the way. Well, you can't review a game. You can't have the balls to fucking review a game, buddy.
Said, thank you.
Ebo coming through. Remember when PC games had beautiful boxes with flap and 100-page color manual? Then Gabe came and bent over the PC idiots, and they said thank you. That's what I'm saying. They were like, oh, it's ridiculous, bro. I can still play those old games on my PC. I have Roller Coaster 1 and 2 on the disc. All I got to do is pop it in on an older computer. Like, obviously, the current computers don't have disk drives. But you can get an external disk drive, probably for cheap. And not only that, it's just like, it still works. It just installs it right off the disk. It's just like console. But, the PC gamers... I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've seen a disc peel. Okay, if that's disc rot, then I don't know. You got banned from Reset? Well, of course you did. You're from V. I mean, how did you join? You joined Reset Era? You can't join Reset. You have to have a professional email or something. How do you join Reset Era? You have to have like a professional email. You can't just sign up with a regular email. How did you join? Are you part of the industry? Unless they change that. I know NeoGAF changed that. Oh, Lord, we got some people in here that, quite frankly, don't need to be in here. So we'll fix that here. Well, I'm winding down. I was fired up earlier, but I'm out of energy here. We've been going for 2 hours. Disc rot is a myth. That's not what I'm saying. Get the fuck out of here, dude. That's not what I'm saying. Why are you putting words in my mouth? Just because I've never seen... That's not me... See, it's always talking shit. Talking shit. That's all you guys want to do is talk shit. That's not what I said. I said I haven't seen disc rot before. I don't know what it looks like. That isn't me saying that it doesn't exist, you dumb fuck. The fuck up out of here. Guys, can we start banning people? I need new mods that understand internet culture, okay? No one in here seemingly knows that, what that means. Well, I thought that guy from V would understand it. They just love to run their mouth in here. Why would I give them a platform to run their mouth? Oh, Mako doesn't believe in Discrot. He said that you're a fake gamer because Discrot doesn't exist. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. When did I say that? If I said that, well, we're talking 100 words a minute out here. I mean, fuck. You guys want high energy. Did you listen to Now and Then? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, and they used AI to resurrect John Lennon's voice from the old tape. But some people said that they were disappointed and, they were giving the contrarian take. It was literally on the fucking news. Like, the Beatles are back, brand new song. It was literally on the national news. Because that is fucking big. I mean, that's literally the last song, supposedly. I mean, I'm sure they got to keep some stuff in the vault to milk it more. I mean, although with Nirvana, I think the well's pretty fucking dry there. Hey, let's remaster a Nirvana. They just remastered In Utero, and there's literally no difference. That is the worst. I'm sorry. It's worse than remaking games. It's worse than remastering games. It's worse than... Because it's harder to hear the difference than it is to see the difference. So movies, remastering them, that makes more sense. Remastering games, that makes more sense. But remastering music, it is arguably way more hard. It's just way more difficult to hear the difference because you have to have a decent pair of headphones and you have to. It's ridiculous. Now remixing is different. I'm not talking about remixing, but remastering. You're basically putting out the same album. You're basically putting out the same album again, but louder, because they're not remixing it. I am playing AC2 right now. Very quality game. So much different from new Ubisoft titles, and also AC1. Very amazing features and physics. Modern Warfare 2 campaign was sad. What? Okay. Guys, anyone bringing up the Discrot thing? And here we go. We got Kyle D in here. So true about In Utero. Shit already sounded pristine in 1993. I know. And, well, this is the third time they fucking remastered it. Now, when they did it 10 years ago, Steve Albini went in and remixed it. So if you listen to the 2013 remixes, you can hear new things. Some of the songs sound a little bit different because it's a remix, not just a... But he also remastered it. So it's like you have the original dude that did it, remake it, They already did it in 2013. Now they're doing it again with a totally different guy. The guy that did Bleach, he didn't even work on In Utero. I guess Steve Albini said he didn't want to do it. I mean, I don't know. But what else is there left to do? I guess the technology's gotten better in 10 years. But I mean, what with AI? I mean, it's going to sound artificial. I mean, jeez. I thought it was an old demo of John Lennon. Well, Kyle D will know more than me. I don't know the history behind it. I guess that's what it was. But they worked on it in the 90s with George Harrison. But they didn't finish it, or they didn't put it out or something. And then, now they came back to it because of the Peter Jackson AI stuff. And Fade coming through. Remember, for 10 months, he wasn't putting words in your mouth. He was saying his opinion in that Discrot. Okay, but you don't understand what... How do you know he wasn't putting words in my mouth? It was obviously an alt account. Guys, you don't understand. You don't understand when someone's mocking you? Holy shit, you guys are down bad. Just because it's in a positive manner, it doesn't mean that they're not mocking you. They're doing it in like a fucking manipulative way. Like, what are you It was clear you don't understand. You don't get it. The guy doesn't have a fucking profile picture, dude. He wasn't mocking me, by the way. I disagree. Just because people type in things that are sounding nice doesn't mean that they're fucking... There's some fucking weird people in here, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know if you know that, but I hate to say that because, But there's some weird people in here, There's also great people in here, so... It's a mixed bag. But, just being naive in here and, pretending like everyone's got good intentions is not something that I would recommend. So, just because they're talking nicely to you doesn't necessarily mean that they have best intentions. That's what snakes do. I'm going to just play the free Battle Royale and not buy... We're not talking about Battle Royale. What are you talking about? Gaming is dead, folks. Devs working from home and are not producing the same quality, all slop and no soul. Yeah, well, if you work from home, I mean, I'm assuming the schedule is a little bit more lenient. You don't have to drive to the office. It's just there's a whole different mindset when you work from home. I disagree with it. I really, it's the same with hitting the gym. Hitting the gym at home is not hitting the gym, in my opinion. I mean, it is, but it's different. It's a different vibe. Because you have to get in your car, or you have to go to the gym, and it's just a totally different mindset. The same with running on a treadmill is different than running in real life. I prefer running in real life than on the treadmill. The treadmill is much more boring and a very different experience than running in real life,
It's over!
What the hell was that? Did you guys see that?
Leopard super chatted 6 Canadian.
Did you guys see that?
99 cents. Ubisoft is the king of great ideas but terrible executions. Their games are just dumb fun, not meant to be taken so seriously.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, honestly, if you look at the ideas that Ubisoft has on paper, I mean, Watch Dogs as an idea, the concept of being able to hack into everything and control everything through that aspect, that avenue, that's never been done before to that extent within that setting. So that's a great idea. The execution's always been not great, but they're going to bring Watch Dogs back. Don't get me. They're going to bring Watch Dogs back. Watch Dogs will come back. And they'll reboot the whole thing, and this time it'll be with heavy emphasis on like the AI shit, and there could be something really cool that comes out of that. So it'll come back. Watch Dogs will come back. It's sold decent enough. They just have to have Dead Space came back. The gamers thought Dead Space was never coming back. Oh, the franchise has been dead since Dead Space 3. It came back now, and now people are shilling it. Don't get me started on that. Let's not support the Calisto Protocol, an original team, an original IP. Let's support EA. And, the thing is, the team at EA, it's not EA, that's the publisher. But who made the Dead Space remake? I don't know who made it. But the team that made it, maybe it's an EA studio, I don't know. But nonetheless, the team that made it, they literally went to influencers to get, they went to Dead Space fans, and they asked the Dead Space fans, you can look this up, they asked the Dead Space fans what's best for this game. They literally asked the Dead Space fans what's best for this game. Now, they had no vision, they played it super safe, and they incorporated modern themes. No, not interested. Oh, it's got cool graphics, though, and what more do you want? Well, I didn't want a remake. I don't want to play that game. We just played the Calisto Protocol. I don't know why everyone's down bad on that game. I know why everyone's down bad on that game, because it didn't fit your politics. That's why. You voted for Joe. You voted for Hillary. That's why. And Glenn Schofield came out and said, my team is working through COVID. And the internet said no to that. They canceled that immediately. They said, fuck that. They said, fuck Calisto Protocol. It's not about the quality of the game. It's not about game design. It's not about programming. It's not about the nuts and bolts. It's not about the framework. It's about your political ideology and all of that bullshit. That's what it's about. That's why you hate the Calisto Protocol. That's why. It has nothing to do with the game. It's, this team maybe voted for Trump. We're not supporting that. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Because Glenn made a tweet, and he deleted it, and he said the team is working through COVID. And that did not sit well with a lot of people on the internet. Okay, they said, fuck this shit. He's not treating his employees right. Blah, 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 blah. All this stupid, silly shit. And I thought, and I said, you know what? They're working fucking hard. They deserve my fucking money. They're working fucking hard. They're working through fucking COVID. He's crunching them. That's what needs to be done. The football team doesn't win championships if they sit on the sideline and bitch about fucking aching. Okay? I'm tired of this pussy mentality. This woke fucking bullshit. I'm sick of it, man. You got, especially in this gaming space. I mean, and no one talks about it either. There's only a few channels that I know that actually talk about it and are successful. And I'm not talking about it in a way where it's just, oh, they're going to, just clickbait and get clicks. And no. There's people that fucking, it's just, I'm done with it, bro. I'm done with it. This work from home mentality, like, y'all are lazy as shit. Y'all want people to go out and buy these games for $100? Bitch, your ass is working at home. Get in your fucking car, your Tesla, because I know you got one, right? You live in California. You're fucking rich. Get in your fucking Tesla. And by the way, you don't support combustion engines either, do you? No, that's political too, right? Everything's fucking political. You got a combustion engine fucking vehicle? Hell, you voted for Trump. You're racist. Right? That's what it boils down to essentially, right? It's just all politics. Well, get in your fucking little Tesla and get your ass to the fucking studio and fucking work. That's why these games are shit. All of them. All trash. Garbage. Work from home crap. And the fact is that people are pleased with them. Oh, 10 out of 10. Gaming's the best it's ever been. Name one fucking good game that came out this year. And name one game that didn't have woke propaganda in it. You won't find one. Shoehorned and shoved down your throat. And not to mention the fact that all of these games are unfinished and buggy, and some of them even require internet. And you want to shill it, and you want to say 2023 is the best it's ever been. Why? Because your favorite guy on YouTube said it was great? Well, fuck him and unsubscribe, because he's a loser, because he didn't even fucking review Hogwarts Legacy, okay, buddy? He didn't have the balls to review Hogwarts Legacy because there was big controversy surrounding that fucking game, and that motherfucker didn't want to lose subscribers or cancel his fucking sponsorships. Fuck that guy. What a fucking loser. And yet let's look up to that guy as if he has a great opinion and a great stance and a balanced take. No, he's a pussy. He's a fucking pussy. Can't review a game because my subscribers are going to turn on me. It's too political. Unsubscribe. Game reviewer, by the way. More like clown reviewer. It's a fucking circus over there. 25-minute long videos babbling on about blah, 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 blah. No one's listening to that. Like, literally, no one is listening to that. And it's just safest opinions, the most fucking, generic takes possible. But you keep it real, and people don't tune into it. Because they say, well, you only have 300 watching. You must be a loser, right? This guy over here has got way more viewers. So we'll subscribe to him instead because, everyone else, it's that mentality of follow the leader, They look at the numbers and they say, oh, no one's watching this clown. Let's not subscribe. It's all about, oh, this guy's got, he's verified, right? He's got 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 subs, 1 million subs. Sad. No game of the year this year? Okay, but oh, see, we're not even discussing this. That's the problem in here. I just, you're not discussing it. Why aren't you discussing it? You're just saying, hit the like button and shit. What the fuck? God damn it.
82 super chatted £20.
Hopefully this guy says something.
Spot on regarding Callisto.
There we go.
They were all shilling the game before Glenn tweeted that comment.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I was shitting on that game. I was shitting on the Calisto Protocol because I didn't think it looked all that great. I really didn't. It was, okay, roam around, shoot at, enemies that move on the screen, blah, 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 blah. Same thing as Dead Space. Oh, but Glenn Schofield. Okay, well, whatever. The game looks like trash. All of a sudden, they were canceling Glenn Schofield and his team because he said they were working through COVID. And I looked at that, and I looked at it from a different angle. And I said, this is great. He's putting the devs to work. He's ensuring that the game that is the best it can possibly be. And obviously it wasn't when it came out. Very fucking buggy. The PS5 version, I bought that game twice. That's the only game I bought fucking twice. I bought it digitally at first, and then I heard that there were reports that the disc version was very fucked up. And it's pretty bad. I don't know if it's as bad as they make it out to be. I can't really remember. But we did try it without the updates, by the way. And, yeah. But that isn't really that out of the ordinary. However, once that happened, once they tried to say, well, we don't care anymore, I said, fuck this bullshit, I'm shilling it. And quite frankly, I don't think the game is as bad as people make it out to be. Because it is the same game as Dead Space. Now, the only difference, and the big complaint, is that, in the Calisto Protocol, it's an emphasis on hand-to-hand combat. In-your-face brutal combat, cinematic experience.
I made fucking devil super chatted $5. That mother.
We gotta get some fireworks here. Here we go. There we go. Let's get some more fireworks here. Yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. It's so incredibly sad, and I just don't know what else to tell you. All right. We're losing viewers. Why are we losing viewers? Why are we losing viewers? Straight facts out here. I mean, okay, but these developers want to go to the workplace. They don't even want to go to the workplace anymore. They want to work from home, work at their own schedule, because they seemingly think that makes that, okay, that's not how that works. Ever in the, no. Imagine if the football team practiced separately at home. That's literally impossible. You have to come together as a team. I mean, I've never made a game before, but I mean, if maybe it's different than what I'm thinking. I don't know, so maybe I shouldn't speak because I don't have experience. But what I'm saying is, when you make a movie, everyone comes together. Everyone is in charge of their own thing. But we all have to. You all have to come together as a cohesive unit to make it work. So when everyone's separately working at home and communicating through virtual, it ain't hitting the same. I'm sorry. It's a different tone. It's a different vibe. It's a different atmosphere. There's less pressure at home. You can easily get distracted. And again, some of the top games, some of the highest rated games that came out this year were apparently made from home. And guess what? They were very buggy. Huh. And some of them are still not fixed. But that's okay, right? It doesn't matter. They don't update most games anymore. Okay, you're going to have to provide examples. I don't know what you're talking about. What game don't they update? There's always an update for a game. I mean, eventually, yeah, they do stop supporting it, but I mean, Cyberpunk at this point is probably on its way out. I don't think there's going to be more updates for Cyberpunk.
It's over.
M0,
Well,
M0, 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 M super chatted $5. Aren't people tired of runaway inflation and medical tyranny? Lockdown in your room for years wearing a cook muzzle working from home.
I thought they were tired of that. I mean, these are the same people that probably wear masks in their car. I remember, dude. Like, I can understand when it was a brand new thing and we didn't fully understand it, but it's like, bro, like how down bad do you have to be to not trust in your? Like, I'm not even going to get into it because it's just stupid, but it's just the ridiculous nature of like, why are you wearing your mask in your car? Like, dude, are you that? Like, did the news get you that? See, you got to stop watching the news. It's putting fear in your head. It's a way of control. Imagine if you just stopped watching the news, stopped listening to the radio. Like, I'm telling you, man.
It's over!
I'm a fucking devil super chatted $5. Quack quack, duck, duck, goose, duck, duck, goose quack quack, duck,
What?
duck, goose free my boy Derek Chauvin, he did nothing wrong.
Whoa,
Rabbit,
what the
hole,
fuck?
skull, tomato,
No, 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 no,
cucumber,
no,
fan.
no.
It's over!
Levi Sorensen super chatted $5. You can see it some of the games. They don't feel cohesive. They feels like a collection of disjointed pieces.
Yeah, well, and that's how Modern Warfare 3 feels. It feels like, well, we have these assets from Warzone. Let's just throw this kind of in here, and then we'll kind of stitch it together to the narrative that we already have set, and it just doesn't work. And it's like, yeah, you can feel it. I mean, the thing is, back in the day, it was nerds making video games, bro. That's really what it was. I mean, it was a small team full of nerds. They were geeks. They were outcasts. I mean, maybe not all of them. I mean, it's kind of stereotyping, but I mean, it's just that they came together and they made something that they wanted to make. There was less pressure on the team because it wasn't $1 billion industry, and it's just like, it's the same thing. If we were to independently make a movie right now, if 5 of us got together, 10 of us, whatever, if we all got together and made a movie and we were all on the same page, we don't have any outside external sources saying, this is when it has to be done, this is what it has to be. There's no producer pressure. There's none of that back and forth. Okay, so if we were to make a second movie and it was going to be in theaters, and it were backed by a major studio. I mean, they're going to have say in that because they've trusted in you to make this work, and they want to make sure it can be as successful as possible. So now there's going to be pushback on what this is creatively, how it should go, and shit like that. And then that's basically, in my opinion, from what I can see, what has happened to gaming. So unless you support totally independent, because there's the only totally independent game dev that I know is like Puppet Combo. I think it's like one guy, 2 guys. Now, granted, the games are, they're violent. Okay. And let's not get into that conversation because one of those games is coming out for the PS4 now. And that game kind of scarred me. It's just like, what are we doing in this game? Like, this is actually sick. It's disgusting. Okay. But nonetheless, that's totally independent. Like, he would not, that team, guy, whoever, gal, I don't know, they wouldn't be able to make those games if they had the backing from Sony or something. I mean, they just wouldn't fucking fly in the same way that it, because it's totally independent. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, that's the problem. I mean, you got to understand, these devs don't have total creative control. I mean, they have to answer to someone, and they're just doing their job. They're clocking in, they're clocking out. I'm not saying that they're not passionate, but, obviously there's going to be back and forth, and, with all the NDAs and shit, they might not be able to communicate. I've heard on some dev teams, they're so big that they literally cannot communicate with the other department because they're on NDAs.
55 Swedish krona.
So it's
GTA 6 will hopefully be the turn-back point. Rockstar will put
It
the
will
bar
be.
high for gaming standards.
Just
and
look at the
will
leaked
force lazy
footage.
devs to work towards quality.
Look at the leaked footage. I mean, if you can't assemble what's trying to be done, and I saw people complain about the leaked footage when it leaked last year or whatever. They're saying, oh, it's just GTA 5 2.0 or GTA 5.5, and it's like, bro, look, if you can't see some of the obvious improvements already from this alpha footage, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, some people have, look, I already said natively what's going to happen with GTA Online is the RP aspect is going to be baked right in. That's going to be natively built into the GTA 6 Online experience. There's no doubt about it in my mind. And I'm assuming that's what's taking so fucking long. They're going to have the role-play bullshit baked in natively so you can just play it, and it's all going to be right within the experience. And I'm assuming that's what's taking so long. All of the role-playing stuff that you have to, now you have, because right now it's all third-party. You have to go to like some fucking server and pay to be on the server. And then if you don't, like, here's the thing with these role-play servers. If you don't actually role-play, they will literally ban you. Like, they don't fuck around. It's like pure seriousness. I'm sure there's different ones, but, they take it seriously like a real job. It's some really crazy stuff. But, natively that stuff is going to be in the game. Absolutely. I truly believe that. And I think that's what's taking so long. A new trailer came out. What are your thoughts on the day before a new trailer came out? That's going to be another early access game, bro. It's going to be another early access game. I mean, if it even does come out, and look, if it's, it looks more interesting than I don't know. I'll see it when I see it. If it comes out, it comes out. And I don't know. If you can roam around in New York City and there's zombies, yeah. But it's not going to be the game that you're envisioning. It's going to be very basic and very bare bones if it comes out. The day before is going to be very fucking basic. You're going to have zombies in an open world map. And that's, I wouldn't expect more than that. People are expecting like some in-depth thing where you can go inside all the interiors and shit. And it's like, no, that's not what's happening. You got to expect less with these games. Guys, if look here, listen. If Call of Duty can't even do it, then this is a multi-million-dollar game, and we're having audio bugs at the credits scene. Where the whole game was ruined. Literally, the whole game was ruined. The last cutscene, I couldn't even hear what was being said. It was drowned out by this audio bug. The whole moment was ruined. And quite frankly, for a Call of Duty experience, if I were to play Modern Warfare on Xbox 360 right from the disc, I guarantee there wouldn't be many bugs. They could not afford to have those experiences out there like that because that was it. Because it was a very different time. The internet killed everything. Yes. Now, granted, you could still, there were updates for Xbox 360, but they were like, how big were the updates? Like 512 megabytes, if that, barely. You didn't see 40 gig patches and shit like that. So even back then, the shit still had to be fucking good. There's still shit. It still so this is a recent thing. Within the last 10 years, this has started to become a thing. Because the PS4 era started to introduce this thing where, okay, now, they have more headroom and more space to put out these patches and updates where they can actually, was your audio output set through? No. It was clearly a bug, bro. Come on. You can watch go back to the stream from last night. You'll see what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with my streaming setup. It was the game. It was playing a different track when it shouldn't have been playing it. No game really goes gold anymore. Exactly, and that's the problem. Well, but it doesn't have to anymore. That's the problem. It doesn't have to anymore because the physical medium is done. PlayStation just killed it this week. When does the PS5 Slim come out? Next week. It's over. PlayStation has joined the you have to get on the internet to utilize the disc tray. Now, you probably only have to do that once, but the fact that that's still in there, you do not buy that version of the console. So, and eventually the old console is going to be replaced with the Slim. So what they've done is PlayStation is coming out, the PS5 Slim is essentially an all-digital console, even with the disk drive, because you have to get on the internet to activate it at least once. That's crazy. That's bullshit. And you can't play anything without the internet, without the disk drive. So it is an all-digital future. It is here. It is over. Where are these people from 2013 that were saying Xbox is trash? Xbox was ahead of the game, buddy. Xbox was showing you the future. They were 12, 13 years early. with the Xbox One and their vision. You should have let Don Matrick was based. Don Matrick was based. When he told Jeff Keighley, we have a product for that, it's called Xbox 360, that's fucking based. I'm sorry. He's spitting facts. And now the stupid consumers are like, oh, we don't care, we're on our knees, we love all digital, the convenience of it. What happened to that same energy in 2013? Oh, we didn't want to check in on our Xbox anymore. You have to check in every 24. Yeah, that might have been a little crazy, but it's here. It's pretty much here. Because now you buy a new PS5, you have to have internet to use it. You do. How do you not? Explain to me how you don't. Because once they phase out the old PS5 model, which is coming soon, this time next year you won't be able to buy the fat PS5. It's over. Hell, by spring of 2024, you're not going to be able to buy the fat PS5 new anyway. Retailers will put only the PS5 Slim in its place. So now you have a situation where, just like the Series X, if you buy a Series X today and you plug it into your wall and HDMI output to the TV, it will say connect to the internet. That's what it will tell you. And there is no way around this. There is nothing you can do with the console. It is a $500 paperweight. And everyone said, we don't give a shit. We embrace it. And now PlayStation has joined that. PlayStation has joined that. And to me, this is the death of PlayStation. And they've been falling off for a long time. Once they brought their games to PC, that pissed me off. And because what you're doing is you're taking the exclusivity of the PlayStation brand and you're diluting it, and you're saying, hey, now PC gamers can play all of these PlayStation games that were once exclusive. You've ruined the brand. You've tarnished it to a point where you don't need a PS5 anymore. Hey, Spider-Man 2, guess what? That's eventually that's coming to PC. So why buy a PS5? You can wait, right? The game's trash anyway. So why not wait until it's on PC, and then you can mod it to your heart's content, right? You guys are all into that. So, there's no reason to buy a PS5, is there? There's not. That's what Jim Ryan has done under his leadership. I mean, they said, hey, all these games are eventually coming to PC. It's over. I don't want Mario Wonder on any other console. That's why I bought my fucking PlayStation, so that I could play the fucking exclusives. Now you're bringing them over to other platforms? Fuck you. The PlayStation brand is dead. Absolutely fucking dead. And now with the online requirement for the PS5 Slim, you've put the nail in the coffin and you have sealed the coffin. It's time to lower it. It's over. I mean, the PlayStation brand is officially dead next week when that PS5 Slim comes out, and a lot of people are going to be getting that for Christmas. And guess what, folks? You need internet to activate that disk drive. We have got on our knees and said we are embracing the all-digital future. Alan Wake 2, 10 out of 10 game, right? They said it's amazing, it's a masterpiece, it's a modern-day Silent Hill 2. Hey, that's not on the digital preservation, by the way. That ain't on GOG. You want to talk about digital preservation? Well, you can't preserve that game. You literally can't. You literally cannot preserve that game. It doesn't even exist. Literally, Alan Wake 2 doesn't exist. I mean, it literally does not exist. It is not something that you can hold. It is not something that you can feel. So that's one thing I will say about Spider-Man 2 is that if you can play it totally offline, straight from the disc. But it doesn't matter because the PlayStation 5 requires that internet check-in to verify the disk drive. Now, again, you probably don't need to connect to the internet ever again, but it's still a hurdle. Preservation's dead already. PlayStation just killed it. It's over. You're not understanding this. You're not getting this. So when the server shut off in 45 years and you want to bring out that old dusty PS5, well, guess what? That brand new old dusty PS5 that you never unboxed. Well, guess what, buddy? That shit ain't gonna be fucking working. You got digital waste. It's literally a fucking brick. I might have to buy the PS5 Slim just to see what this is all about. To be honest with you, because my PS5 gets hot. It's loud. I hate it. It's too fucking big. And I would have actually maybe just actually upgraded and sold the old PS5, but I'm not doing that now because it requires internet. Fuck that bullshit. So you have to activate it with the internet. Optional disk drive, by the way. I mean, so now Nintendo's the only one left. And for the Switch 2, I will buy the Switch 2 on that principle alone. If the Switch 2 comes out and you can do what you can do now, where you can just turn it on and put the cartridge in, if they're still doing cartridge at Switch 2, if you can just do that and it's backwards compatible, I will buy the Switch 2 and support Nintendo. Because they're going to be the last in it. They're going to be the last. Nintendo's a toy company first and foremost, and Nintendo makes a lot of sales off their physical stuff. They buy the amiibos, they buy all of the Pikachus and the Marios and the T-shirt, all that stuff, right? So they're going to be the last to be in this. And if the Switch 2 joins, it is over. It is. If Nintendo joins, it is over. Name one Nintendo console where you need internet. Doesn't exist. Now, there's certain games, but this is it. Because now you have one left in the game. And if Nintendo joins, the digital future is all here, 100% confirmed. It's over. It's over. And it's actually fucking sad. Because this has just ramped up within the last 6 months. Within just this year. And it's only getting worse now with this PS5 Slim. Now, if they didn't have that check-in thing, if they didn't have that thing where it says you have to, I'll pull it up on the screen because I don't think you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, but you can take it offline. Yeah, but you have to get on the internet first. You shouldn't have to because you don't right now with the PS5. So why is it checking? Security? I don't understand why it's checking. This should not have the internet thing in there. That's ridiculous. Now, again, has anyone tested this? I don't know. So maybe someone's misinterpreted this. Maybe it's not true, but I'm assuming it is because that's what's being reported. So if we type in PS5 Slim online, you'll see it pops right up here. PS5 Slim's optional disk drive. This is straight from IGN 1 week ago. This is the end. This is the end right here. So any of the boomers that were still hoping for, well, it's over. I don't know how else to explain it. Here we go. Why am I not hearing audio? Right here. PS5 Slim optional disk drive needs to connect to the internet to pair it to a console. So it's useless without internet. Okay, well, if it's useless without internet, then you essentially have a digital-only box. And that's useless without internet as well. So what the fuck can you do on it? Well, you can't play games. You might be able to go into the media player, but you're not going to be able to play games. Because if it's a digital-only box, you can't do anything with it. Okay? So if you don't have internet and you get the PS5 Slim, there's very little you can do. Well, you can't play games. I don't think we're understanding this. This is what Xbox currently does. You can play Xbox offline for some games. Very few games, but I hate to explain this shit because everyone thinks you can't do this stuff. And it's like the offline stuff is still here, but now, here at late 2023, it is becoming worse and worse as the months go by here. And the PS5 Slim, I don't even know when this comes out. I think it's next week. I know with the PS4 that you had to activate the console online to play Blu-ray movies. Well, that could be true. No, I remember doing that for Xbox. On Xbox, you have to download a fucking app to play 4K Blu-rays. I'm not even trolling, unless they fix this. On the Xbox, I remember doing that. In order to play Blu-rays on the Xbox, you got to download the Blu-ray app. And maybe that was the case on PS4. I've never tested that out. You would have to have a new console to do that. They don't sell PS4s anymore. Play some game, please. What are you talking about? This is a discussion show. We'll play a game later tonight. What do you want to play? I asked the folks in the member tab, I said, what do you want to play? And Bully is currently, do you guys, I mean, we play Bully, we're going to get 150 viewers, unfortunately. But I've already played most of the modern releases. I mean, Mario Wonder would be cool, but I don't know. Maybe it's best we don't stream that because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. And not only that, but it just might not be a good game to stream. Some of these games aren't really that great to stream. They're either boring or they just don't play that well on the stream in a way where it's like, this is interesting to look at while you're listening to someone talk or something. I don't know. It was a thing because Sony had to pay license every time. Okay, so yeah, but you could but here's the thing: you could still play games. I'm pretty sure I tested that out when I got the PS4 in 2013. I waited 24 hours for my PS4, so they say fake gamer, and it's like, well, I've waited in lines for these fucking consoles. How am I a fake gamer? Fake gamers don't do that. And the PS5 was you had to go on the internet to buy that. You know, they weren't, because of COVID, they weren't putting them out, and it was unsafe. And I mean, you know, it was 4 in the morning when I got my PS5. I was up until 4 in the morning to get my fucking PS5. And it went through on Target, and it's like, holy shit, because the website was crashing, and it was just insanity. And I'm like, holy fuck, I got a PS5. Like that was back when it was really hard to find a fucking PS5, and they were on eBay for like $800. And then I got it, and I realized, wow, there's nothing to play. You know, when I brought home the Wii, I mean, I was like, what in the fuck is this? I wasn't even sold on it. I was like, you know what, maybe this kind of sucks. Like, I want to go back to the traditional controller. So it didn't hit me yet. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. You had to be there for the Wii when it came out. I don't think a lot of Zoomers in here were. I really don't. Because they just don't talk like they were there for it. I mean, you had grannies in the nursing home playing the Wii. Are they playing the Switch? No. So you can't tell me that the energy for the Wii was better than the Switch. The Switch might be more popular technically and sold more units technically, but it's just the Wii had everyone coming together. It had a sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, it was a revolution. Yeah, it was a revolution. And Microsoft wanted to capitalize on that. They said, hey, here's our Xbox Kinect. It's going to watch you sleep at night. It can see in the fucking dark. And everyone's like, oh, hell no, this shit's spying on us. Well, what is your phone doing right now? It's looking right at you, buddy. So every time Xbox has done something, they're just 10 years before it actually comes to fruition. All of the technology, all of the technology, from what I understand, in the Xbox Kinect is in the fucking sensor of your phone. Face ID, that's the same technology. Well, I didn't have Face ID. It had the data map shit. Depth sensor, the depth sensor. That's in your fucking phone. Okay, well, Xbox was ahead of the game. See, the always online DRM, what happened? You know, Angry Joe, versus Major Nelson. You know, Angry Joe was hitting him with the hard questions. And the gamers were saying, oh, this is a cancerous future. How dare Microsoft do this? Wow, they fucking fumbled because the Xbox 360 was so great. And Don Matrick came out and said, yeah, well, we have an offline console for you. It's called Xbox 360. Was he wrong? No. Oh, you wanted him to sugarcoat it. I disagree. We needed to hear that. If you're poor and if you don't agree, then buy an Xbox 360. Yes. But you have to understand the Xbox One, it came with the Xbox Kinect. The Xbox One Kinect. Like, it was bundled with the console. I don't think people remember that. And it was expensive, like $500. But it had no games. Actually, that's not true. It did have games. It had fucking Dead Rising 3. It had Rise, Son of Rome, which I think still holds up graphically. More so than most of these PS5 games. It is a technical demo, but pretty much. But, you had games. You had Forza. You had Dead Rising 3. You had Rise, Son of Rome. I mean, those are 3 games. How many games did the PS5 have? They say the PS5 launch is so great. Bro, this shit got no games. If you really tally up the actual exclusives, I mean, how many exclusives are actually on the PS5 right now? You're talking less than 15. I mean, maybe at this point it's a little bit more because it's been 3 years, and I would hope it would be. But when that first came out, you had Demon Souls. That was the only exclusive outside of... that might have been the only game. Spider-Man Spider-Man Miles is on PS4. No, most people don't know that. It's on PS4, so that doesn't count in my opinion, and it shouldn't for yours as well because that's a multi-plat game. So you had Demon Souls Remake. What else came? I don't even remember the fucking launch titles because they were trash. Name one other game that came out for the PS5. PS5 has 3 exclusives? Oh my God. There is like 5 if you don't count PS4 games. Okay, but you're talking right now or are you talking at launch? Because I bought Demon Souls strictly for the fact that I needed something to play on this thing, and that was next gen. And, I guess that game, I don't know if it still holds up now. It's been 3 years. Ratchet and Clank? Ratchet and Clank was not a launch game. I'm talking about PS5 launch. Returnal is not a launch game. No. See, you got fake gamers in here. Sometimes I do these pleb filter tests, and it's like you guys fail. Hardcore. We just said we were going to stop streaming, and it really filtered a lot of people. Showed the fake fans very quick, because now they're mad that I'm still streaming. They're like, well, didn't you say you were going to stop streaming? And it's like, well, it was a pleb filter test. We got all these fake fucking members, and it's like, I'm tired of surrounded by fake people. And now they're mad at me, and a fan wouldn't be mad at me. They really wanted me to stop streaming. That's not a fan. You just exposed yourself as a fake fan. Oh, how dare you say that? And then you don't follow up your word. You fucking piece of shit. Okay, but you're rooting for me to stop streaming? Well, that's fake fan. How many games? Sackboy. Yeah, the Sack. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get that because that's not Little Big Planet. So you had 2 games? You had 2 games? Oh, you like the final stream idea? Why don't you talk to Gene Simmons about that final tour for KISS? That's the viewers, folks. Okay, all of the robots got disconnected, so sad. One in the chat, if you can hear and see it, should be working. All right. We had a technical issue. We had to reboot. One in the chat. All right. Should be working. Let's wait for this to update here, because there is a bit of a delay here. All right, it is working. It is working. It is working. It is working. Holy shit, that already drained all the battery? Damn. Oh, fuck. I might. Okay. Hello? Hello? Alrighty, folks, we're going to be playing another game tonight. What do you want to see? I asked the folks at home. Let's go to the community tab here and see the poll. And I'm assuming Bully is taking the lead here. All right, this is what we said. 223 votes, which is... well, where are the rest of the members at? All right. So this is what they said in the member tab here. I asked, what should we play? I mean, we've already played most of the modern releases. I beat Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign, so there's no reason to play more of that. So we might have to start playing old games until something new comes out. But this is what the results are here. This is what the results are here, and 13% says that they want to see Spider-Man 2 revisited 3 weeks later. It's been 3 weeks since Spider-Man 2 on PS5, and I thought, well, we can maybe revisit it 3 weeks later, but only 13% said yes. I said continue Alan Woke 2, and 19% says continue Alan Woke 2. And I would have continued playing that, but, you know, it's just the way the game is. It's just you're hitting them roadblocks in terms of what you need to do, where you need to go. And it's like, yeah, it tells you where to go, but it doesn't necessarily say how to do it. And I'm tired of walking around in that game because it is a walking sim, and you're literally doing nothing. If we could just keep on track, we probably would have beaten Alan Wake 2. But when you have me roaming around for 5 hours, nothing going on, and then you can switch protagonists and get lost in that protagonist playable character. I mean, it's just, no, not doing it. So, nonetheless, 19% on that. And Bully, they said 61% said Bully. Okay, they want to see World Class play Bully. Well, I mean, we don't. Well, in that game, you don't have to do the classes, but the classes are pretty hard. Okay, the math class. I mean, you know, the English class. You got to unscramble the words. That is not easy. And then 11% said other. So unless you guys have a better idea, I'm not sure. There's some indie horror games we can maybe check out. I mean, you know, let's see. Okay, no one's communicating with me. I'm just talking to a brick wall. Everyone's talking about mods or something in the chat. See, this is why I get so mad and frustrated, because they just start, it's just like an off-topic thing. Like, make your own little chat room or something. I don't know. Why are you bringing it in here? Just clean the chat up. Don't even announce that you're doing it. Just do it. Just clean the chat up. I mean, if you announce it, people get weird in here. You know, I don't know what to tell you. Just start cleaning up if it's that bad. Play Don't Scream. Well, we could play Fortnite. You know, we could play Fortnite. It's got the old map back. We could play Fortnite. That's brand new today, I believe. That just came out. We could play Fortnite. I don't got the Michael Myers skin, though. I waited too late on that. I mean, it was $20. That's way too much anyway. If it were like 15, maybe. But yeah, I missed out on the Michael Myers skin. And you guys, I told you guys to get the Michael Myers skin, and you guys were hesitant at first. And then I think a few people in here got the Michael Myers skin. And now you can't get the Michael Myers skin. So, yeah, now you have an exclusive item. They're not bringing that back. They don't bring back the skins that I know of, right? They don't do that. So you have an exclusive item, and that's kick ass. So I am jealous. I should have bought the Michael Myers skin, because you can't get it now. Halloween's over. So I'm never going to be able to get the Michael Myers skin. So sad. Really is so sad. And now that they updated Fortnite, I mean, we could have jumped in with Michael Myers. I mean, that would have been... I'm actually mad. But, you know, it's my laziness. I didn't want to boot the game up. Could have played as Michael Myers. You gifted it to me? There's no fucking way. Bro, this guy's trolling. You gifted me the Michael Myers bundle? Oh my God, bro. There's no way. Bro, he gifted me the Michael Myers bundle? Oh my God. You sure you gifted it to the right person? Well, we jumping on to Fortnite then. Fuck this bullshit. Bro, we jumping on to Fortnite. Bro, we got the Michael Myers. We got the Michael Myers skin. I'm not trolling? Okay. Well, if I boot up Fortnite and I see that Michael Myers skin in there, I'm going to be really excited. You can't get it no more, bro. Bro, we got that Michael Myers skin. This is sick. Wait, hold on. Let me see this profile. This guy be trolling, bro. Let me see. Who the fuck? It's getting fucking cold out here. Is he trolling or not, bro? I'm not jumping on the Fortnite if I'm going to be really mad. He's trolling. This is a troll account. Hold on. Let me see. No, 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 no. What the fuck's that playing? It's not a troll. It's not a troll. Why do you care about a skin in a game you don't play? There's so many ways I could respond, you know. Hello? Yeah, that's it. Bro, he gifted the Michael Myers skin. Let's go. Oh, my God, bro. I was actually getting really mad because I thought it would still be up, but it's over. Okay, Duncan said that the Michael Myers skin, they already took it down. And that's the only skin I want, the Michael Myers skin. And I was lazy, and it was $20. I mean, that's a lot, bro. Well, now we can just play Fortnite, and we can go into the creative mode, and we can have Michael Myers roaming around. I mean, we got a whole brand new game here. I mean, it's really unlocked the door. We can make a movie like, I mean, what are the skins now? The hell is that smell? That's what we're talking about, bro. Well, thank you so much. I mean, I didn't know anyone gifted it to me. Because I haven't played it in a long time. We played it that one time, and that was it. And you guys were trolling my lobby. I couldn't even start a game. You guys kept canceling, and you weren't readying up. And the game was trash. I turned it off. I said, wow, you guys are trolling in the lobby. So sad. Fortnite is only game with Michael Myers saddest it's ever been. No, Michael Myers is in Dead by Daylight, but that's about it. You don't get many Michael Myers games. Well, he's in Call of Duty Ghosts. But who's playing that? Ain't nobody. What is that smell? I don't play Fortnite. I think the game. Is there someone nearby? Bro, it's like a fucking ghost out here or something. Someone's behind me. Okay, but you're not understanding. The reason why I was going to jump back into Fortnite is because they've added the old map. But now that now we're not playing Bully tonight because that would only bring in 150 viewers. I'm tired of streaming to no one. Okay, quite frankly, with such great content we produce here, we deserve 1,000 plus viewers. I mean, jeez. But we're definitely playing Fortnite tonight. We're going to be jumping back into the OG map. And we can take Michael Myers. Bro, they brought back the OG map. You know what that means? They have the fucking cemetery and the haunted house, bro. We camping in there as Michael Myers. This shit's game of the year. We camping in there as Michael Myers. I remember playing the OG Fortnite, and I remember that location on the map. Really cool. It's got the old haunted graveyard, the old haunted house, and there were rumors. What the fuck is that? Better than Alan Woke 2 and Spider-Man Woke 2. Fuck it, play Fortnite. I mean, I haven't seen Michael Myers. You guys... Yeah, but don't lie. Let's just be honest. I think the real Michael Myers, didn't you buy the skin too? Now, let me ask you this. If you hadn't bought the skin, would you be mad right now? Because I wasn't going to play it because it was just going to remind me that I forgot to get the skin. Or I was too lazy. I didn't know. They don't tell you when they're pulling the skin. When they're taking it off the store to replace it with some other stupid skin. All the skins are trash except that. They got they had Alan Wake on there too. Did you guys get the Alan Wake 2 skin? They had to put Alan Wake in Fortnite to sell that slop. And you guys are supporting this? They had to throw in Alan Wake as an advertise because it's only on the Epic Game Store. Well, Alan Wake 2 is totally it's published by Epic Games. It's never coming to Steam. It's never coming to Steam. And these Steam fanboys, oh. And the only reason why I said that in the Alan Wake 2 video, I don't even care about Epic, or who cares what launcher you're using? Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would I care? Oh, the Epic Game Store is trash, Michael. Tim Sweeney. Yeah, you think game's hotter? I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, these Valve fanboys they are in love with Valve. Like, they're worse than the Apple fanboys. They're worse than the Apple fanboys. They're worse than the Samsung fanboys. I mean, dude, these Steam fanboys will, like, Steam could take away all their games and they would still say, we'll still use Steam over Epic Games. And it's like, who cares what launcher I'm using? I mean, does it really matter? You're clicking, it's the same fucking thing. Oh, but I have all my friends on Steam and all this crap. And it's like, who uses Steam to chat? I mean, what? They literally had an Alan Wake skin. People are blaming Xbox for Modern Warfare 3. I'm pretty sure the game was way in development before that. I don't know. I mean, these games used to be on a 3-year dev cycle. I don't think that's the case anymore. And if it is, it's even worse now, because what have they done in 3 years? Clearly the game was scrapped. The cutscenes shouldn't take that long to render. I mean, well, actually, those cutscenes are in like fucking 8K. I mean, the graphical fidelity of those cutscenes, I mean, I don't know how long those would take to render, but I'm assuming quite some time. I don't like how they transition to the graphics jump is jarring. You go to real-time gameplay to like this pre-rendered cutscene that looks like a totally different. It's like sometimes I was questioning, like, is this fucking a real actor? Like, was that good? And it's like, never in our lifetime is the real-time graphics going to match up to these cinematics, and that's sad. We can't even hit the damn Toy Story level. I mean, Toy Story has ray tracing. Oh, but Michael, it's pre-rendered. No shit. But how long ago was that? You can't sit there and argue that Toy Story is, yes, it's pre-rendered, real-time pre-rendered. There's always going to be a difference. But if you look at Casper from 1995, Casper's got great effects. Arguably, if they make, I mean, Kingdom Hearts, bro, Kingdom Hearts just came out. How long ago? 4 years ago? 3 years ago? They have Woody in there. They have Buzz Lightyear. And some of these PlayStation fanboys were saying that it looks better than the first movie. No. I'm going to see if I can find that. Kingdom Hearts, Toy Story versus film. This is bad. Yep, right here. Toy Story 27. Oh, no. Comicbook.com. Well, this is a great source here. Hold on. God damn it, click on it. Why is it going to a YouTube video? I don't want to watch it. Dude, who wants to watch a video? Just, it's not working. Oh my God. Kingdom Hearts 3 Toy Story World actually looks better than the original movie, by the way. No. Oh, it's a Digital Foundry video. Oh! They are literally smoking. And I don't know what it is, but it's fucking something strong. We've already surpassed the Toy Story graphics, by the way. Okay, buddy. If you believe that, then you're a consumer. I'm sorry. No, we haven't. Nope. Look at this. Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, this is comic book. This is probably just clickbait. I don't know if they say that in the video, but no. And even if it does, put it up against Toy Story 2. Literally in our life, I'll just say this. Toy Story 3, that's not even that new. That came out like 2010 or something, I think. I think I saw that one. I don't remember. The graphics in that are crazy. We will never hit Toy Story 3 level graphics in our lifetime. Real-time graphics. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. There's no way. I mean, we I don't even think... Toy Story 2. And I don't even think that is going to be topped. I don't even think that's going to be topped. Because that has ray tracing. I mean, that has all of it. It's pre-rendered. You know, one frame. I mean, how long is that going to take to render? A whole day? Okay, if you have how many? Oh man. Well, they probably have a giant room full of computers. They chain link them up, and then I'm assuming that's how they do it. I don't know how they did it back in the day, though. Again, primitive hardware, yet they were able to make it, you know. I'll walk me through the process because I still don't understand. You know, they just show highlights of how these things are made, and it's like, okay, it's a dude on a 1990 fucking 8 Macintosh or whatever the fuck, or some custom-made PC, and it's like, oh, that doesn't tell me anything. I literally want to know how this is made because it doesn't make sense. $3DS Max was around the Toy Story time ZBrush was invented. Okay, but your phone is more powerful. You're literally the phone that you have is more powerful than the hardware that they had when they made Toy Story. So that doesn't make sense to me. So if that application were on your phone, you could essentially make Toy Story. Well, let's make a new Twilight Zone episode. We come from the future and we bring you know, they're making this big animated film, Toy Story or whatever, and we bring all the new technology back in time. And they get so excited that overnight there's a big twist. The movie never gets made because they have heart attacks. The whole team has like heart attacks. They start foaming at the mouth because the technology is what they dreamt of in their dreams. And now they're able to make the movie so fast that they don't even know what to do with themselves. Their heart rate pumps up. And they all... there's a Twilight Zone right there. A little fucked up, but I mean, shit. Well, I mean, it was primitive hardware. I mean, did they have 64 gigabytes of RAM back then? No, they didn't. So how did the movie get made? Clearly, hardware wasn't the limiting factor. Yeah, they probably had multiple computers combined into one or something. I don't know how that works. Wasn't there... hold on. Wasn't there some Nvidia thing? No, this was bad. This was like 7 years ago. It wasn't ray tracing they were pushing. What was it called? Nvidia SLI. Oh, no. This was... Remember this crap? Nvidia GeForce SLI. Nvidia SLI tech... Here, I'll pull it up. What happened to this technology, huh? What happened to this technology? What happened? Here we go. Nvidia SLI technology links multiple GeForce GPUs together for dramatically improvement of performance with over 1,000 supported applications used by over 90% of multi-GPUs. SLI's technology for the choice of gamers who demand the very best. What happened to this technology? Could you still do it or no? Why? Okay, so why was it abandoned? If it makes it better and you have rich people out there, they'll buy two 4090s. So what the fuck? Can you still do that or no? I'm assuming that's totally not supported anymore. Wait a minute. So if we go back in time and we get the highest GPU, we get two 1080 Ti's and put them together, we get the SLI technology. What's that going to? I mean, what kind of power are we talking about here? You can't SLI anymore? Okay, but what if you have the old hardware? So what do you mean you can't SLI anymore? If you have a GPU that has the SLI stuff from, I don't know, dude. So they remove the feature? They just they bricked your GPU? Imagine how much power 24090s would pull. Yeah. Well, I mean, SLI is not supported anymore by any graphics card manufacturer. Okay, but no. I'm not talking about now, buddy. I mean, okay, but what are you saying? See, I'm not getting this. You're saying obviously it's not supported anymore. No shit. But what does that mean really? Because if I were to get an old GPU that did have the SLI support and do the combination, you're telling me it's not going to work? They just disabled it with the software firmware update? Well, hell. So there's no way to even do it anymore at all, even with the old hardware. They've bricked the GPUs to a point where they don't do the SLI, is what you're saying? They just removed it by a software update? I'm asking questions. We're not seeing. I thought we had PC nerds in here. My friend had 980T SLI and shit was nuts. SLI was cheaper than buying a new card. Huh. Well, no one remembers this, I guess. I don't know. No one remembers this. It's so sad. Hello? Wow, we start talking about a PC in here, and it's just like, it's funny because the PC nerds will come in here and they love to get on their high horse with this PC shit. But as soon as I start discussing it, they're like, "Oh, I'm not a fan of PC anymore." What is it with that? Then we're not talking about it. I'm not reading the comments anymore. They love to yap about how PC gaming is amazing, emulation, all, for multiple hours out here. As soon as they start bringing up GPUs, all this shit, like, oh, fuck this, I'm not joining the conversation with Michael because I'm an elitist motherfucker. Yeah, you are. Just look it up on Google. We don't know. Well, then you're not a PC fanboy. I mean, I knew about that shit. I remember hearing about that shit back in the day. Back in the day, the GPU to get was the fucking Titan. That was the elite GPU from like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. That was the GPU to get. That could run anything. I remember one YouTuber having the Titan back in the day. I'm like, holy fuck. Now it's garbage. Fake PC pigs. PC fanbase is fake. Fake PC. Well, why don't we just build the fucking movie set? That's fake too, right? When people watch the movies, do they really think that the interior... Oh, God. Do they really think that the interiors are in there? Because they're not, for the most part. It's a facade. They build an exterior and then they shoot the interiors on a soundstage. But they need exterior shots. Let me think of an example. Well, it's every movie. Well, the Michael Myers house, that's different. Low independent stuff, it's a little bit different. But typically, even that stuff, I mean, they don't even, it's all fake. It's all fake, but they want you to get that wallet out, support it, right? You're telling me that Tom Holland is not actually Spider-Man? He didn't actually fly around the skyscrapers in New York City? Wow. Then what am I looking at on the screen? It's all fake. Oh, wrestling's fake. That's right. Oh, we can't support wrestling, though, right? We can't support wrestling, right? That's fake. That's the narrative. We can't get into wrestling because it's fake. How is that different than a movie? It's literally not, because both are trying to hit you with the idea that both are real. Literally. Because if you didn't believe a movie was real, you wouldn't see it. You literally have to turn your brain off when you go into a movie and say, this is real. And Hollywood has done a great job at keeping it alive. Let's put it that way. And they introduced this new reality component. And, they have Tom Holland go on these interviews, and he talks as if he's actually Spider-Man. Whoa, he's actually real. No. The guy's British. He doesn't even talk like that. Huh. It's a fake voice. Multi-million-dollar industry. Do you remember the floppy? Oh, you're talking to someone else. All games should have VRR 90, 120 frames. Well, right now, PlayStation doesn't have a DLSS option. I mean, they have the AMD stuff because that's AMD. But why the hell are they with AMD? I don't understand. Why wouldn't they work with Intel to make an Intel video game console? Is it cheaper to go with AMD? Why are they going with AMD? Who's buying AMD graphics cards? I've never seen anyone with an AMD graphics card. Every time I've seen a PC in real life, it's Nvidia. Typically Intel. Some of the gamers get AMD CPUs. But I mean, why are they going with AMD? Why can't they go with Intel or something? We've never seen that before. Even last generation was AMD. Custom chips from AMD. It's a bit of a drag, isn't it? Technically, SLI is possible on a 3090 problem. No new games to support it and barely old ones to begin with. Yeah, well, it was just something that they didn't support then, yeah. Well, it's like everything else. There was this one thing, NVIDIA was pushing. You could take extreme photos in your game. You could take photos in any game. I forgot what it's called. NVIDIA ANSLE or something. I don't know. It's in Watch Dogs 2. It's actually crazy. You can get any angle you want. It's before photo modes were in every game. But they don't support that anymore either, really. I don't know any modern games that use that. NVIDIA Incel or Ansel or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you can go in and it's before the photo mode craze. I think The Witcher has it. Witcher 2 or 3. Maybe it's 3, I don't know. But you can go in and you could take like 8K screenshots so it up-reses the... NVIDIA's more like Xbox. Guys, AMD is Xbox as well. What are you They're both AMD. They're custom chips. AMD offers the complete package, GPUs and CPUs. If they used NVIDIA, then they would need to find another company for... Okay, then they go to Intel. What are you talking about? It's one chip. Oh, my God. There's no two chips. It's not like a PC. It's a custom... what are you talking about? It's an APU. How am I wrong? There's no two chips on the... Okay, I'm not even... These trolls in here are fucking wicked. I'm sorry. It's just like... They just play stupid so they get me mad. God damn. Because that shit pisses me off. Like, how can you be so dumb? Well, this guy's acting like there's a separate seat. It's like, bro, they're just... Original Xbox used NVIDIA? Really? Well, that's why the graphics were better. Yeah. Switch uses NVIDIA? Really? Then why is it so shit? I thought NVIDIA was good. What happened? You're talking about Switch 2? Wait, the current Switch uses NVIDIA? Okay. Well, the GameCube uses, what is the Wii is, yeah, they went with Switch. Now you got me looking at this shit. Switch GPU. NVIDIA, it is NVIDIA. Holy fuck. Okay, so why is it trash? Why is it trash then? NVIDIA Switch GPU 20 nanometer. Holy fuck, that's big. 20 nanometer? That is old. It's like down to 3. We're down to 3 nanometer now. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I know they went lower. It's down to a 3 nanometer process now. What the hell is a nanometer? Bro. Nanometer. a metric unit length equal 1/1000th of a meter. Oh, hell no, I'm not. I have no idea what is a meter? A meter stick? I literally don't know what a meter is. Is it a foot? What is a meter? Yeah, they did this in track. You got to do the 1600 meter or some shit. I don't know what that means. All I needed to know is how many laps do I run. When they said 1600, I got to start playing math in my head. Hey, coach, I'm a dumbass. You know I'm in special ed. Okay, please help. How many laps do I fucking do? And sometimes when you're running on the track, you literally lose count of what lap you're on. You have to mentally keep track of the laps you're running, and it's like, bro, I mean, what lap? Sometimes I would forget, and this was like 15 years ago. Sometimes I would forget what lap I'm on the track. And it's like, oh, shit. Because you're thinking about, just keeping running. It's a mental game. Running isn't physical, it's mental. I mean, it is a bit physical, too. But it's mostly mental. It's like you don't want to do this, you're bored, this is torture, So you got to keep pushing. And then you forget about what lap you're on, and it's like, man, maybe I did 5 laps instead of 4. I don't remember. Because you're wanting this to be over with. I don't know. No, we're not talking about. No. We're not playing geography in here. I didn't even take that class. I don't remember anything about it. All right, folks, we're going to wrap this up. It's getting cold out here, and, we're losing daylight, and, I guess we're going to play Fortnite. Someone gifted us the Michael Myers skin. That's going to be badass, bro. I want to see that. And they have the OG map. So I guess we'll save Bully for another time. We'll jump back into the OG Fortnite map. And maybe you guys will tune in. I mean, maybe you guys will join us in the game, but I don't want to play... you guys play these terrible modes in Fortnite. I mean, you want to play like this party bus mode or something, where you all join on you all join in on the bus, and I don't need teammates. I'm better. You guys will slow me down. So, see, I play Battle Royale very different. I'm not like Ninja where he goes in with confidence. We don't go in with confidence. We go in and we say, well, it's a numbers game. We wait here and we wait until it shrinks. This is the smartest tactic. And it guarantees that we get in the top 5 every time. So, and then they get mad. They're like, well, you're not even playing the game. You're just sitting there. And it's like, this is, don't be jealous of my strategy. Oh, you're just a camper. No, it's not camping. It's called getting good. That's what it's called. So maybe it's something you need to understand. Because you go right into the Fortnite map, and what you do is essentially, you run right into the combat, and then boom. You just jumped off of the bus, and now you're back into the main menu. Yeah, that's fun, right? No, it's not. You know what I mean? Unreal. And quite frankly, I think Fortnite is a survival horror experience. I mean, those type of games, the Battle Royale stuff is very intense. It's much more intense on, like, PUBG and shit because it's more real. But they can get very intense. You want to see the skin? I do too. You know what made me mad? I watched the videos of the skin and they showed the animation, but they never watched it play out all the way, and I have yet to see that. So I don't know if he plays the whole song or not, but if he does, then it was worth 20. Because you're getting the whole song right there. Great animation. Great work by the Epic Games team there. What do you think people buy the skins? Because they're badass. Sorry. I mean, you just have to wait for it to appeal to you. If they introduce the Kurt Cobain skin, I'm buying that day one. I don't care if it's $100. See, that's that, he gets the guitar out, and he's got the Smells Like Teen Spirit outfit on. That's a day one purchase. I don't care how much it is. I'm buying the Kurt Cobain skin. Now, that ain't ever going to happen, but I'm just saying, none of the skins have appealed to me before. I don't need Resident Evil and Fortnite. I don't need... John Wick. I don't need, the Witcher guy. But you bring Michael Myers, and now we're a little interested. Is that so?
M0 super chatted $5. PC gamers don't care about value, They just want to bend over for Jensen Huang and say thanks for RTX while he drives a Ferrari in his leather jacket.
Yeah, I remember watching one of the Nvidia. He was in his kitchen with the leather jacket, and I thought, this guy's sexy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm buying a GPU, baby. You know what I mean? He sold me that GPU, and I'm like, fuck. But I'm glad I waited to the 40 series because it's at least somewhat good, I guess. 30 series, 20 series, ooh. But the new processors, it's a never-ending thing. It really is a never-ending thing. The new processors are out already. No one's hyping them up. The new Intel processors, CPUs are out. I'm sure someone in here has it. Does anyone in here have someone in here has to have, and I know they're going to lie and say they don't. These motherfuckers went out and bought this shit immediately. They went to fucking that one store that sells PC parts. Like the only Linus Tech Tip shills it. What is it called? Micro Center or some shit. I don't fucking know what it's called. But I guarantee you guys got in your Tesla and you went down there and you bought that 14 Gen i9. You fucking did, bro. And then you're going to upgrade next year when the 50 series comes out, too. It's just like, how much more power do you need? All I need is 1080-60, and I think, well, that should be capable for the next 6 years. Okay. Play zero build. Hello? All right, we're going to wrap this up. The communication in here has just gone down, It's just like I'm asking questions out here, trying to interact with you people, and it's just like, hey, I went to Radio Shack in the 80s. No one is talking about Radio Shack. Who's bringing up Radio Shack in here? I mean, you guys... Whatever, dude. All right, we're going to play Fortnite tonight. We got the OG map. Guys, the OG map is back. This is a big deal. Ninja was shilling it. He's literally the only gamer that I've watched where I thought, you know what, this guy does have skill. He does belong in the esports category, even though I don't even think that's a sport. But with that said, it's great to actually watch someone good at something. All these other gamers don't even fucking do anything in these games. They just say they're good, and it's like, well, yeah, that's part of the entertainment. But... Ninja's actually whipping ass when he gets in there. And it's like, yeah, I want to see him, whip ass. You know what I mean? It's just like, holy shit. And especially with the building stuff. See, the building stuff in Fortnite is trash. I'm glad they have a mode where you don't do that anymore. Because if you had to build, I wouldn't play it. That's way too hard. I'm not doing that building shit. They build those walls, magical walls. You get into no build mode, and it's a lot more like PUBG. All right, we're done. And now you want to play Boomer in here. Radio Shack, Circuit City. No. We did the Boomer discussion earlier. All right, with that said, that's going to do it. We will be back a little bit later for some Fortnite OG map style action with apparently Michael Myers, if that guy wasn't trolling. And if he wasn't trolling, then we're going to have a great time with Michael Myers and Fortnite OG map, and it's going to be so much fun. So hopefully you can join us a little bit later on here, and... we will see you then. So, again, appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, and supporting the show. And with that said, oh, my God, it's awkward, bro. Stop! That's not what I want. Why isn't it working? The GPU! I don't want that. Oh, my God, you got to stand up, bro. I'm so fucking done with this shit, bro. Here we go. Check this out. Grand finale. Here we go. Oh, I'm getting mad, bro. That's not what I'm doing. Where are my fireworks? Oh, it's because of the wire. It's the cord. Get off. Oh my God. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And Boomer Talk, Doomer Talk has concluded. We will see you shortly. Thanks so kindly. And with that said, it's over.